Let's get it. Yo, it's the No Bluff Podcast.
We live.
It's your boy, Dev that dude on Twitter and Instagram.
What's good? It's Troy TBS.
It's your boy Tay. Y'all know what it is.
And we back live with a new episode for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. Hope y'all been good since the last time we spoke. This is episode 3.0. We doing a reboot, as y'all know. So we just wanted to, hit y'all with some new topics for this week. Hopefully y'all had a good weekend.
Factual.
How was y'all weekend, fellas?
More of the quarantine life. Shit, nothing exciting. At home, getting the baby girl together, clean, watch every fucking show and movie. But I done seen some dope ass content and shows that I didn't have time to watch before the quarantine.
Hey.
I've been seeing a lot of hot shit. Well, we might can talk about it, but yeah,
Okay.
man, that's basically more of that was all my weekend consisted of, man.
Yeah,
Nice.
man. I had a little 3-day weekend. A lot of the same chilling. It's been hot out here, but went to the aquarium, man. Let me tell you something. You always go to the aquarium, zoo, them field trips you go to as a kid. Because I grew up in Gary, so we came to the aquarium and the museums in Chicago. That was like our yearly field trips. But, man, I went to the aquarium as an adult. Me and the boo, man, had a good time. Because when you grown, you go get the concessions when you want. You
Right.
pay $5 hot dogs.
All that.
Yeah. That's lit. You get to spend your own money and don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you go to whatever exhibits you want. You kind of move at your own pace. So that was a nice little treat. We wanted to kind of have that quarantine blues this weekend.
Right.
You kind of get down because you can't really go out. You want to go out, maybe have fun. We young, so we was like, man, we just gonna hit the aquarium, do it like the young folks do, and man, we had a good time. That was a nice little date.
Oh, that's a win. Shit. I was chilling out for the most part. I went to a little surprise birthday party for my girl cousin, fiance. It was cool. They had like a little pool party vibe, but not too many people. It was a good time though. Other than that, just chilled out and enjoyed the weekend. Just happy to be off, bruh.
Oh, you went with your girl?
Yeah, I went with my girl. I about to say I can't even, bruh. I ain't see nothing. All I saw was her. That's facts.
Well, we know your lady is a fan. She must listen. You were so.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, she be listening in, tuning in.
So Dev ain't see no buns at the pool party.
Nope, my girl's wearing pants, so we was chilling.
Hey, why I'm trying to get him in trouble?
I don't know. I'm saying
right. I'm gonna get you back. It's cool. I'm gonna catch you slipping on something. Come back for you. No, but it was still a good weekend though. Definitely a good time when you get to get out, being out the house. Everybody been clumped up in the house, so I enjoyed the hell out of it. So we can go ahead and get started, fellas.
Let's get it.
I guess the first thing we're gonna talk about, it was the weekend. Friday hits, new music drops. We had a couple new projects come out. One for sure was Nas's project.
Yes.
And yeah, a lot of people, had big expectations for this project for Nas, just off of the Hit Boy production and everything, in comparison to his last project that came out with Kanye. I just wonder how you fellas was feeling about the project.
Knowing that Hit Boy was producing it, like once I found that out, and I felt like, okay, finally we'll get the Nas we've been waiting for. We thought Kanye was gonna do it. That shit didn't fucking happen the way we thought it was. So when I found out Hit Boy was gonna do it, I was like, okay, bet. So we're gonna get Nas on great beats. And so I listened to it going in with that, I guess high expectation.
Mm-hmm.
I got exactly what I was expecting. So it was like, this shit dope, but it's like, all right, I expected it to be this. Like, Nas can spit. We all respect Nas, you know, lyrical ability. Like, that goes without saying. So it's like, we know he gonna spit. And now he getting great production from Hit Boy. All right, this shit should sound like something. It should be dope conscious Nas over dope ass production. So, and that's what it was to me. So I enjoyed it though, but it wasn't impactful. It was just like, finally we got updated Nas sound.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was conscious Nas because I didn't heard Nas give us a book of an album. You know, I didn't listen.
Not that conscious Nas.
I didn't listen to Nas.
Yeah, he been jail conscious, and then he
Atlanta.
been, you know what I'm saying, he get out, he come home, and he's still conscious.
Yeah, I listened to it a couple times, and the production, you can definitely tell where it was a change and a shift there. And at first, you know, I was like, it's cool. Overall, I think it was cool, but I did appreciate after a couple more listens, I did appreciate that he was trying to be a little bit more vibey. I really like that track with Charlie Wilson. Like that's something different from Nas in my opinion. You get a legend, two legends. You get Charlie on the track. It's hard to have a bad record.
That car number 85.
Yeah.
That track goes.
That's something you play at the barbecue. You know what I'm saying? That's something that's on the barbecue playlist you vibe out to. So I appreciated that he tried to be a little more vibey, and he had a couple names. Like I was kind of shocked to see Lil Durk on this project. That always get my antennas up, and I think he had Anderson .Paak on there.
Durky-o.
He had some. So I was good to see the production and the vibe. Not super conscious, but it was just overall. I think it was good music. I think
it was solid.
It shows you though. It's not sad, but it shows you like how. I mean, what Nas is like 49 or something. He almost 50, and it shows you like the old legends. He kind of running in the young man's game. So you kind of gotta adapt a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because if he hopped on with the 96 Nas, nobody would. I mean, the legends would appreciate it. The old heads would appreciate it. But you ain't getting these young bucks to listen to that.
Right.
So it was kind of sad in a way to see, like, man, he had to really change his sound, and maybe he wanted to. He's just trying to show, look, I can still spit and I can still do it. And this is what's the third decade he'll be hitting it.
Right.
And so respect to that. So it was a good project overall, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. To me, I kind of piggyback off what you said. Like he's putting up with the new sound. I think Hit Boy did a good job like mixing the two. So it had like a Nas appeal to it, but it also had the modern sound. So it gives it some replay value. Like I'm gonna check it out a couple more times. First time I heard it, I thought it was super dope. Then about the third listen, I was like, it's cool. Mainly not the production is great. Like don't get me wrong, Hit Boy killed it. I just wanted a little bit more from Nas on a couple other tracks. Like 27 Summers was crazy. It wasn't long, but it was crazy. Yeah. The Replace Me joint with Big Sean and Don Toliver, that's my favorite joint on there. Special. And I think Big Sean that joint is a special joint. I just needed a little bit more of that. I like the track with Durk too, Till the Wars one, but other than that, like the other tracks are cool. Everybody likes that Full Circle joint if you like an old head, I know for sure because the Firm's on there. But me personally, it's cool. I just kind of like would want a little bit more of a bop from Nas, but you know it's Nas, so you get what you get from Nas. I do like the project overall, though. I think it was better than his last couple of projects. I did want him to wow me a little bit more with his lyricism. Like he did kill it, of course, but he didn't really like wow me with the bars like on another level. Like Hov would change his whole flow up and still be like, "Bro, did he just say that?" So, and not to compare him to Hov, of course, but that's his whole career has been compared to Hov, but. I mean, when you think of somebody like Nas, his best album was his first album. So, like, he's always going to get compared to his old self. So, it's kind of like the bad part of being Nas. Like, you put out a classic with your first shit. Like, everything, kind of like the shit we said about Wayne, not to bring Wayne up. But, like, if your old shit's cold, like, you're always going to get compared to that.
Yeah,
so.
you're going to always get compared to your greatest shit. Jordan. Anybody.
Real quick, you mentioned Sean, and I just remember Sean finally announced that he's dropping his joint
September 4th.
September 4th.
That's gonna be lit.
And I'm like, it's high expectations for Sean, right? Because when it's been a minute, and it's just this thought I had. I was thinking about this. I was like on the treadmill the other day, and I was like, is it fair? Because I was thinking like, man, when Kendrick dropped, I'm like, that shit better be fire.
Yeah.
But I'm like, is it fair because music is still art? So is it fair because if Kendrick drop every 3-4 years, we don't say if a movie director drop a movie every 4 or 5 years. I know it's a lot more to making a movie than an album. But I'm like, is it fair that I say if he drop a great album, is it fair to say, well, it's supposed to be like that because you took 2, 3, 4 years to drop a record? I know this ain't the case with Sean, but I was thinking with Kendrick and these guys who take longer times in between projects. And I feel like the expectations for Sean now is high. Like I remember a few years ago, he was unquestionably in everybody's top 5. And the game has shifted so much, and it's time for him. And he had some lackluster albums that didn't live up to his expectations. So I want Sean to come with it and spit these bars. I need that. What's the he dropped Dark Sky Paradise?
That one was silly. I liked his last project. Most people didn't really care for his last one, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I do agree with you though. I think there are high expectations when you haven't dropped the album in 2 or 3 years. Like this shit better be fire. Like he did the interview with Joe Budden and everything. You know, talking about he been working on the project for a minute, like and his mental health and everything. I'm expecting it to be cold. Like no excuses. Like
yeah, the breakup be cold. When you have a breakup, I want to feel that pain in the record.
Right.
You got to whether you did the breaking up or not. You as a consumer.
Was him and Janae broken up now, or are they back together again? I think they kind of like
they're together.
Yeah, I think, but all that drama, I need that in the record.
Right, he needs to like at least tell us some of what was going on. Yeah.
Like to be elite, it's so crazy how much it takes for these artists to be elite, right? How much you demand of them. It's like athletes, right?
Yeah.
Athlete got to play hurt. You want to be great. You got to play great in the last 30 seconds. If an artist you want to be great, to me, you got to share. I'm demanding you share part of your life with me.
You have to.
It's break or bust. Like that's all it is, and I think that's a good point because he's had a few years. It ain't like he just dropped the project last year. Like, what more do y'all want from me? He could have sat on this even longer if he felt like it wasn't good enough. So I had big expectations, but I'm a Sean fan. I do hope to see, and he named it Detroit too. So for me, it holds a even bigger weight. Because, like, Detroit to me was a classic mixtape. Once you throw in that Detroit 2
name it Detroit 2
stamp on it, I'm expecting the first joint to come off as a banger. The intro got to be a banger.
Yeah.
That's just me.
That shit better sound like fucking Walking In on the Carter on Wayne.
Right?
When that fucking Carter came out.
You're visualizing it at all.
You just start going off. But, yeah, Sean. I'll go ahead, Javante.
No. Go ahead, Drew.
It's do or die for Sean, man. Like you said, like we've been giving him chances. I've been upset with his ass for the last like 2-3 projects.
Damn.
Yeah, he ain't giving you what you want.
Yeah, he has moments. He has moments within that where you like, yeah, Sean still got it. Like he about to come with that shit. And then the projects come out and you be like, man, what the fuck is this? Like
that's because this is a guy who used to be in the same conversation with Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. Right. And Sean's name was right after that. So. So when it's like somebody teasing you when you know they got the talent, but they don't fulfill it. So I'm not asking for a specific number, but just where do y'all think it, Sean? Where do y'all place him when y'all think about like hip hop artists? Not asking for no specific number, just maybe tiers or groupings. Kind of how you think about Sean? When
I got him in that second tier above the top tier, just because like consistency is key, and he doesn't necessarily dwell off of like the most like the Kendricks and the Coles on your name as far as consistency. Like even if I don't like the project, they usually like well received by the masses or whatnot. So I got him in that tier below them as far as rappers. Like he's that one tier below, and he needs that one project to put him in that next tier. He needs that one solid ass album because his mixtapes be classics and shit. Like ever since the Finally Famous days, like those were all classic mixtapes. And then he dropped the albums. Some people like it, some people didn't. But like Dark Sky Paradise, I think the album was called. Yeah, that was dope to me. That was almost a classic album. But that's his only album I'll give him that's like, okay, that's classic level. So he's at one tier under them. He's just missing that one classic project or whatnot.
What about you, Troy?
I don't know, man.
Would you have him over Game? Let's say Game who ain't what he used to be, but he's still been active, putting out great projects. That's kind of where I got him at, like somewhere around Game. That's the first like comp, like as far as musician, I think.
Yeah. Damn, that's tough. Somewhere around Game.
Because years back, he was elite, right? Sean, right? It would be when we was talking, it was Drake. Drake was still Drake, but it was Drake, Cole, The
All right,
discussion
now
is-
I got him in like third tier.
yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah,
Yeah, he like third tier for me right now. And
because
like,
he ain't near the Uzis and the Thugs and the
nah,
that you know you got the Uzi.
they been out here killing his ass.
You got him over Durkio?
In terms of what?
Like just in that tier, it's hard to rank them.
Oh, like okay, though,
Yeah,
like big artists, like
just artistry where they at in their fame and they career.
right now, no, right, hell no.
Yeah,
He's a bigger star, but like far as who the hottest, nah.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's fair. All right, Sean, man, I'm excited though for the.
But
project.
yeah, he got a lot to. He better give us everything. He better give us the breakup. On that last verse just came out, he said him and Janae lost a baby, and
we demand a lot as fans.
the girl that his ex-girlfriend from that show Glee
That died.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's tough. Yeah,
You dated fucking Ariana Grande, like that shit had to be fucking
tough.
nuts. Like
you gotta spill that.
I ain't heard you talk about none of these relationships, bro. And this is major parts of your life. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
You gonna pop me out to that hit every time? Like, nah, nigga, you gotta go deeper.
Do you think some of it was out of respect for Janae? Like he maybe don't talk about his exes because of Janae, or
Maybe,
could
but
that
it
be a part of it?
It probably is, but
Yeah.
you shouldn't be letting that dictate your art. Shit.
Yeah, and as an
That's
art,
facts.
yeah, you got to find a way to talk about it. You can without, you got to find a way to talk about it, especially where he had in his career. I mean,
Hey,
Drake done made a killing off being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So,
I hear Janae talking spicy about a lot of shit. I know it ain't all his ass.
hey, Janae, the one
Yeah.
of, Janae,
I
one
got
of
you.
my
Yeah.
favorites.
She
Janae
gonna
one of
talk.
my-
She gonna keep it real.
Yeah.
Whenever Janae come on the verse, I love. My wife look at me and laugh. I love it because Janae's so spicy, boy.
I love Janae.
Janae a little fire. Her
love
lyrics is just so captivating, bro. I fuck with Janae hard.
I love her.
We'll see, man. I'm excited, but he either gonna get a lot of praise or a lot of criticism.
I'm
So
excited
if
too.
this album ain't
If it's flat, he getting criticized.
one of the top 3 albums of the year, then
He drop another tier.
he's done as far as elevating in his career.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a fact.
I think so. It's been so many years. I don't know how you got Dirk over him though. I guess I need to listen to more Dirk.
I'm just saying in terms of
Hotness.
hot
Oh,
right
okay,
now. Like
yeah, I got you.
in the last 3 years, who's been putting out hotter music? I'm gonna say Dirk.
Right. That's understandable then.
That's
I didn't know what
but
y'all
of course,
meant,
Sean
like,
is
overall career.
Sean is a huge star. He in there.
Finally Famous 3 in Detroit alone are just like
Now
crazy.
Sean, he done made a stamp in the game, but
Mhm.
he can go higher right now, or he can go lower.
It's
Right.
crazy to think like how long somebody even like Sean been in the game, and I think about like how long I've been listening to him, and you kind of
Yeah.
forget. It's kind of like Wiz Khalifa, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You remember these guys when they first bust on the
Mhm.
scene. I remember Sean Wiz first mixtapes.
Yep.
It's crazy now.
I remember my first time hearing Big Sean was sophomore year of college, and that's been like almost 15 years now. So
Yeah.
14, 15 years. And that was like his third big mixtape. And
Yep.
that shit was a classic. So
Yeah, I played that shit the other day.
yeah.
He got some joints. He got some.
That's the
joints.
thing. Like he got classic mixtapes. He just ain't had that album stamp that we
Yeah,
need.
that's what's weird. Like
Yeah.
you had all your hottest shit back then. Like,
Hey,
damn,
Dark. That's a year.
we already seen the best of you, bro.
I do think Dark Sky Paradise was a classic. Some people slept
Yeah,
on it.
that's a
but
classic.
That shit was a classic.
One day, hip hop fans gonna look back at that year, and that's one of the best hip hop years.
Oh,
Hey,
that shit was
album
crazy.
wise, Jesus, you couldn't.
What year was that? 16?
15. I think.
15?
15 or
Man,
16.
One of those.
fucking hip hop just need to stop for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Just let's appreciate all this
Yeah.
shit.
Man, it's too much shit coming out right now.
much.
It's hard to consume it.
It
Damn.
is. It's too hard to consume music.
Right. Like
I mean,
just
Every week you getting 3-4 projects.
Yeah,
that's facts, bro. Just like
There's
you
projects like that, projects I love that I just never fucking get to hear again, bro.
right. Just like we were just talking about which is the next time we're gonna talk about Vic Mensa project. I didn't get a chance to listen to it this weekend. I almost didn't know it dropped till y'all mentioned it in the group chat. So
Yeah.
like stuff like that, like I would have never got the chance to listen to it if y'all didn't tell me because there's just so much stuff coming out. It's like I just stick to what I know because it get overwhelming at times, like trying to take in new music and
Right.
process it and see if you really like it or not. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Let me say this, man. That's a pause for like building suspense and stuff. That's what they do. So I'm building on suspense. Hey, everybody listening. It's time to put some fucking respect on Vic Mensa's name.
Mm.
some bona fide, real deal respect.
That's how you feeling?
That's how I'm feeling. Let me preface this by saying this. I don't know about all the. I tried to Google it because I don't be in touch with all the reasons people don't like him. I don't know all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So let me speak as somebody where my respect for Vic Mensa grew and kind of my journey as a consumer of Vic Mensa. My first time ever seeing Vic Mensa, I've actually seen him in concert. I took my wife years ago to a Beyonce concert at Soldier Field. He opened. I wasn't moved by his music. I seen him make appearances on like hip hop shows. I really wasn't in tune with him. And but lately, as somebody who's kind of tapped in a little bit to what's happening in Chicago, I'm tapped in probably more than most. I started to develop a respect for him because I started seeing him pop up at a lot of these rallies, like for against asking for police reform, asking for when incidents will happen in the city, small incidents, large incidents. He popping up, he popping dolo, no security. He's speaking at these events. He's a well-spoken, very intelligent. I'm just be honest, I didn't know that. Like not like dissing him, and I just didn't know it. Right. And I've seen him probably in the last few months 4 or 5 times at like these events speaking and stuff. And he cares about the community. And so it might be a little biased there because I see what's happening in Chicago. He at the forefront of it. See him on this motorcycle riding dolo, so I respect that. So let's talk about this music. V-Tape.
Okay. Yeah, V-Tape. What was it? A 7-song project he released?
7-song project. He could not have done any better. He could not, for where he's at and what he was trying to accomplish with this record, if you walk through these 7 songs, he could not have put out a better record. That don't mean all the songs are great. The opening, Vendetta, fire. Machiavelli, fire. He got this track, Dirt on My Name. It's kind of weird. It sounds like a Drake record. It's kind of weird. The sound get weird a little bit. But the message he's trying to deliver and his openness, he's opening up on this record about his mental health problems, super apologetic, but he's still super raw. So I don't know why people dislike him. If he did something crazy and heinous, I ain't defending him. I just honestly don't know. I just know people don't like. I think he did say something ridiculous after somebody died, right? Yeah. That's Earl. After I ain't condoning that.
Well, he said after what's his name? XXX Tentacion.
Yeah. Okay.
He had domestic abuse charges.
Okay, see, that's Earl. See, I ain't know that. See,
yeah.
Hold on now. Hold on, Feminist T. Hold on now.
XXX had domestic abuse charges.
Yeah. Oh, and so after he died, Vic Mensa was like, I mean, shit, y'all favorite rapper, he was on some bullshit, basically. Like,
yeah. So I ain't.
He basically brought it up after he died, and his fan base went crazy about it.
Yeah.
So don't speak ill on the dead. I think that's foul. But he did it in all to his credit, Vic's credit. He addressed it on his record. Now, that don't got to be good enough for the fans of family. Y'all can feel how y'all want. But musically, the dude's spitting. It gave me J. Cole vibes. And the last thing I say, then I open up, y'all can do what y'all got to do. On this record, Too Honest, that second verse, it happens very rarely in hip-hop. Goosebumps. And I thought I was tripping. Me and my wife, I was sitting down at the dinner table. I think my wife was at the she was somewhere on the stove, doing what she's supposed to do as a woman in the kitchen.
He's back.
He's back.
That's a joke for people who listening. Anybody who know me know I do most of the cooking, so that's a joke. But my wife was doing her duties as a woman, and I said, "Boo," I was like, that shit just gave me goosebumps. She was like, yeah, me too. And y'all know Jill Fudder said that. I'm like, yo, that record was fire. So anybody listen to Too Honest, listen to the record itself and that second verse, fire. I'm gonna read some lyrics in a little bit, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm done.
Yeah, that Too Honest track, I ain't gonna lie, that second verse, you could feel the emotion like in him when he was like putting that verse out. I heard it twice because I only heard the album through once, and then we re-listened to it again right before the pod. But it definitely made me want to recheck out the project in general. 7 songs, easy listen. It's the Vendetta track. It start off with that shit go hard. The production great, his lyrics great. But yeah, that second verse on that Too Honest. Just how he's like just kind of talking about like how he grew up, things like that. Like it's just crazy. Like to me, being biracial, He hits on all that shit. Like it's some real transparent stuff he's talking about, and I'm big on transparency and rap or whatever you do, art, whatever it is. So I definitely want to check it out some more. I will say, just somebody that heard it twice, I definitely plan on checking it out again. But I'm gonna let Troy go ahead and speak on his thoughts on it.
Yeah, like Vic Mensa, like the problem with him ain't really his music. It's like the shit that surrounds him. And then that just like blocks people from even wanting to accept his music. Like
he's so passionate about everything.
Yeah, like I don't give a fuck how good it sound. Like fuck you, like this shit trash. So he got to clean a lot of that up, and then the music is like it's good music, but it's a lot of kind of the same. Which I guess ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's a lot of this like my pain. This is what's going on. Political
like
issues,
pain.
social issues, a lot of that type of music on every project. So I just need some diversity. You know what I'm saying?
I know you don't like artists that talk a lot about their pain, i.e. Rob.
I do.
I'm about to say I don't see how he's such a Dirk fan because he be.
Yeah, I do. I do. It's a certain type of like I don't know, like everybody had issues type thing. Some of these things sound like stuff we all go through, and I know everybody handle things different, but it's like,
yeah,
just give me a little bit more. You give me as much pain as you want to. Just change the feeling. Tell me about your sadness, your depression, your heartbreak. Tell me about all of them.
You want to break it down a little more?
Yeah. And then, like I said, the shit that surrounds him, if he cleans that up, you know what I'm saying, he might have a shot. But like the time, which I don't know if he want to be a huge artist.
He doesn't. You can tell.
Yeah. Now that I respect him, I think he's a good dude. He authentic, like you said. Said you seen him in the neighborhood, or he be around in the neighborhood.
He be in the neighborhood,
and I've seen a lot of that as well, of him being back in the community. So for that, on a personal level, I fuck with him. But we just talking about music, but
yeah. And
I just don't know if his perception as an artist, like he ain't the cool guy. Like, he might be in that nigga in your neighborhood, like he just a wild nigga. He always fucking mad about something.
I think
he a good dude, but you don't really want to hang out with his ass because he might flip out.
Like he a loose cannon, basically.
Yeah.
Hey, he always, whenever I seen him, he always serious. I ain't never always serious.
That's what it is, really.
He do look like somebody when you see him like out in the street, somebody you don't want to mess with. But man, you don't know these dudes he grew up in Inglewood, like in Chicago, Inglewood, which is just as bad as LA. Yeah. So I don't know his
That's why that might be what it is for me. Like nigga always mad. Like,
he come off as a dude that never has fun. I will say that much. Like he don't got nothing to smile about.
That's what it is with him. Like the music dope, but this nigga just always mad. Like bro,
like bro, ain't one happy moment in your life.
I ain't never even been. I don't even know if he got an Instagram page. I should go check. I don't even know. But I really respect, like you said, Troy. A lot of these people talking, but as crazy as this year has been right now, I seen him, like I said, at least 4 times. And I'm talking about not all the TV cameras around. Like he coming out just to speak, like just to speak to the people at a lot of these events when we talking about a lot of important issues. Can I give you some lyrics real quick, Troy, from this Too Honest, man?
For sure.
I'm gonna just read a couple bars. And this is the pain he talking about. And then this whole record, this is Too Honest with St. John. He talking about like his mental health and like stuff he went through. And so he going here. This is like the end of that verse. He said, I plummet into my dungeon, down in the depths of my darkness. I'm stepping over my carcass. I'm coming out of my hatred, tired of my heart being vacant. I made a promise, won't break it. Told my mama we'll make it. I told my gang we gonna make it. Like that's bars, G. That's bars.
I like it.
And he coming off of it, and I love when it's the pain. Like, man, just re-listen to Too Honest, man. We got that. It was one of the most impressive projects I heard. It's 7 songs, so I don't know what it is. I'm
gonna give this one a whole nother spin. I'm gonna let it play start to finish.
And you gotta bop that like front to back. It's one you gotta bop front to back. Some records you like but he like Dev said, he opened up with just like that was like a J. Cole like
right.
I mean, not as good, but it's J. Cole vibes.
Right. I know what you mean. Like,
It's
you're
like-
not comparing him to him, but like
Yeah.
the same type of faucet of like just breaking down what he's going through, how he feels about stuff, giving us
Is
his
that what
emotional
every
stuff.
song is? Is that what every song is about? That's
Nah,
the sense I got when I listen to it.
Now he got one that's a little boppy. Like you gonna hear it and you're like, oh, this sound like he been listening to Drake, and you want to make it boppy. He got one about a girl. You know what I'm saying? Like real traditional. Even like how he cut into his hooks. Even on the Too Honest, I don't really love. I love St. John vocal on this, but like you could tell like he put a song together like verse hook. Like the transitions into it is like it's like he just cut right into it. That's a little even on that song it's a little choppy, but what he did lyrically and like Dev just said, like the way they open up, and it's hard to like connect with people lyrically, like to rap and be talented and to do that, and then to actually say it. And I didn't know he was as talented. This was probably his most impressive lyrical performance I've heard. And I've listened to a couple of his projects.
Yeah, I'll say bar wise, just like his delivery and shit, like it makes me want to go back and listen to the project again. You know, somebody can have a message, but sometimes you may not be feeling a message or whatnot. But like his delivery on top of that made it complements what he's talking about. So for me, I'm gonna definitely listen to it again, but I haven't listened to it enough to give like a full deep dive. It's just like the tracks that Javante mentioned, Vendetta and Too Honest, though. I definitely recommend checking those two out if you do check out the project. But it's a 7-song listen. Overall, I think, you know, it wouldn't hurt to go ahead and spin through them all in this time where you got to digest music as much as you can. It's a quick listen and it's an easy listen. So he's being real vulnerable and shit on it.
I gotta get Javante.
You said you gotta get him?
Yeah, for that shit he just said.
Oof. Oh, you doc. He be coming with the slick. Just like the first episode when he caught us with the y'all had privileged childhood. I didn't catch it till after the fact that he said that. It was funny in the moment. But then I think Theo, my boy, shout out to Brandon by God, was cracking up about that. He was like, yeah, you said we grew up with a privileged childhood. That's why we don't like ride wave like that. I was like, he wild for saying that. But that's funny. Like, you got to come with your boy's neck when they ain't feeling what you're feeling.
Nah, y'all know. Hey, if you've been through something, you ain't offended by that.
Right. It's just funny. Like, this dude's silly. He know I've been through some shit.
So to get your ass on record, you saying this is comparable to J. Cole vibes? Yes. So I would say this music, you would say this music is on an equal level with the last two songs J. Cole dropped.
No.
Climb Back. The Lion King on Ice.
He's saying J. Cole light, basically.
J. Cole vibes. Yeah, he ain't where J. Cole is to me sonically or lyrically. He not quite.
Oh, okay, I thought you were saying the music is on par with J. Cole's music.
Not the content.
No, the content. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the musicality, the whole music, no, it's not close. But,
okay, all right.
I will say on two songs, he's approached J. Cole lyrical ability.
Got you. Troy was thinking you was coming at 2014 Forest Hills Drives.
Yeah,
this shit on that level.
I'm saying it's, to me, man, I'm not trying to be prison in the moment, but I'm not saying it's the best. To me, it's the most impressive project I've heard this year so far. For a lot of reasons, right? It's a lot because of who he is and where he's talking about, but it's not the best, but it's the most impressive project.
Yeah. His passion for good has good intent behind it, even if it doesn't have the best delivery. That's one thing I will say. Like, I was talking about him with, like, you know, just how he's passionate for, you know, social justice and, you know, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, that part about him is dope. He has great intentions, but, you know, it's about the delivery as well. So sometimes that's where it probably gets misconstrued.
Yeah, man, sit with that, Troy, and let me know. Did y'all ever go back and listen to my #1 song of the year? That
I haven't listened yet. That
Summer A Boogie.
A Boogie, I haven't heard it yet. I need to listen this week.
Y'all be thinking my music selection's boo.
I just really ain't got a chance. I did go listen to Dirk though.
I really been trying to go listen to it.
I gave Dirk Deluxe Project a full listen this past weekend.
What you think?
I think it's solid. I don't hold it to the standards y'all do. Maybe, maybe I just don't feel his pain, and I ain't been through that type of struggle. But that the Turn Myself In joint was cold. I do think that song was fucking crazy. That joint was crazy. Like he was spitting real shit. Like. Yep. You know, kiss his kids, stuff like that. Like before he turned himself, like it was like some real struggle, real life vibes. But overall, the project was cool. Like,
I'm proud to say that made my top 5.
yeah, that shit, that turned myself in is cool. I will say that shit. So moving on though,
Yeah.
we're gonna get into the
Okay,
shit that we know some of our listeners like to hear. I've gotten a couple requests about it. So I'm just going ahead and just open the floor up. We had a couple topics that came across this week. I think they'll be pretty interesting to the listeners. I'm gonna let open the floor for Javante for his topic that he brought up, and then we can touch on it.
Yeah, I seen, you just be strolling through the timeline. I mean, topics like this always blow up, but I saw 2 that kind of blew up this week, and it was last week actually, and it was circling around the finances in a relationship, right? And I was like, man, it's a couple reasons I want to explore this too, because we are like a different age, right? Like it changes as you get older from out that college age to like pre-adulthood. And so the general question I had, and I'm open the floor to y'all, is like when y'all thinking about dating someone or a relationship, because we always explore this from, okay, how do women feel about men's finances? Because that's kind of the traditional, that's how we grew up traditionally. But I'm like, how do men feel about a woman's finances, and how much of a role does that play in you engaging in a relationship with her and actually establishing a stronger relationship with her? Where does finances play in a relationship for men?
That's a deep one.
I'm gonna say it don't too much for me. Long as you gotta have a job, and you gotta be working towards something better to elevate your finances. But yeah, it's like, it's so fucking hard to get all of that. It's like, I'd rather just have a great person, and then we can educate ourselves on how to build the finances. Because it's to have somebody who's great at finances and is a great person is just rare. So it's like, you might luck up and get that. But it's like, you better off, in my opinion, just taking the best person, and then y'all build up. But so it don't make too much. Like I said, you still got to be, show that you can be responsibly a responsible adult with your money. But yeah, I don't know. That's where I stand with it.
Me personally, I'm gonna jump into this Javante question. I'm gonna let him go after me. It's major. I think is very, very important, and not necessarily saying that you have to have this credit score or this amount in your bank account or whatnot. But I think over time you gotta show that you can build to get that. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing now that's gonna build for your future? Because if you just out here running around check to check, or can barely like pay your rent, or if you barely pay your bills and whatnot, that's just a reflection of like you overall, I feel like, and what type of self-control you have. Because it basically shows if you live within or without your means. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect you to be the richest, but what are you living like? Like, if you work a job that don't pay the best, are you out here doing the most with your money, buying stuff that are more so wants than needs? I think that's a big part of it. And I feel like what you said, Troy, is true to an extent, as far as like we can build towards it. But I think the first part is showing me you have some self-control. Like, what can you do by yourself without me trying to guide you? Because I could be your financial advisor as your husband and be like, give you some guidance. But you got to show the characteristics that you can attain these goals that I set for you. Just like I want you to hold me accountable to the goals you set for me. I feel like it works both ways. Maybe not if I'm not the best financially. I mean, if I am the best financially, maybe it's something else. Like, I got to do something better, like, pay more attention to detail when it comes to this topic or that topic, or listening to you, or I got to be better at like fixing shit because you don't want us to pay money to have a mechanic and shit. So I feel like I'm gonna hold you accountable like you hold me accountable. But I do think finances play a major part in like building, because it's one of the number one reasons relationships don't work.
Facts.
Yeah. If you can save money, if you can save a certain amount, couple grand, all right.
Facts. Yeah, you got to show you can do that, because some can't do that. I ain't tripping. That's facts. So some can't even save $1. Like, you like, I just want you to save two stacks by the end of the year. Show me you can do that. And if they can't do that,
we got something to work with. Shit, like, you can't do that, then
right.
And that's facts.
Yeah.
Finances is like, and it's so hard because the word means so much. But I think the conversation is so interesting. Just thinking like, because depending on your age group, it can matter differently as well, right? So like, when you in college, right? So all our college listeners, I know y'all out here, I appreciate y'all. You should think of this question differently than how we should.
Right.
Because if you college age, I kind of agree with what Troy. I actually kind of think both of y'all kind of said it. You can't really, ain't nobody in college really got no real money.
Yeah,
So
we
you
all
can't
broke.
judge how they do it. But what you can measure that by is, okay, you got to use other qualities and see, are they transferable? Are you trustworthy? Can I trust you? Because you're gonna get to a point where people think finance when you get married. Like, I'm married, by the way, so people don't know. So I actually view this. This is a very important question to me. Finances merge, right? Everything is one. You become one. So you need to think, if you're in college, for example, you need to just think, is she trustworthy and is she responsible? Is she responsible doing her schoolwork? Like, you know what I'm saying? If she can't turn her assignment in time, she probably can't pay her bills on time.
Right.
She just lackadaisical. I get this assignment in when I get it in. If she ain't grinding to get it in, she probably ain't gonna grind to pay a bill. Now for adults our age.
Yeah.
Yo, let me break this down. I got some notes here.
Going in. So I don't forget your thought, but how many years of marriage have you and Jill have now?
Man, we 4 strong, man. It's
October. 4 fucking
and that's
strong.
Marriage, G. Like, we
marriage.
Talk about the time, man. Y'all ain't nobody seen more into me and Jill's relationship than Dev and Troy.
Facts.
They live with us in college. They got some stuff they can't say publicly unless I give them the green light.
Never.
Right. It ain't happened unless you told me it happened.
But nah, like, I knew it had been some year. I'm like you said, that's just married. Like, I've been together longer. It was like,
yeah, and that's,
I just wanted to salute that, man. That black love, how y'all keep that shit going.
That's
y'all make
major,
it look
bro.
Good.
Yeah,
man, I appreciate that. I
mean, make it look real good, man.
Y'all still be supporting each other. Like, it's all about that. Like, being there for each other.
That's my queen, my number one supporter, best friend, my angel. And I made a little joke earlier about the kitchen, so I'm gonna give her some love now. The reason I'm gonna answer this question a certain way is because my girl's with me when I had nothing, absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing, and she stayed with me. So
y'all don't realize how big that is.
They don't realize
because the stroke only gets you so far, bro. They don't realize that.
Hey, facts. But what she would, and I always asked about it, and she would always say, "Well, let's go back to these qualities." She was like, "Well, yeah, I didn't worry about that because I knew you were building to be." She knew I would get where I'm at today, and she had that faith.
Damn, that's deep.
Bro,
that's deep as fuck.
And that's the characteristics you got to see. Now back to the finances. So finances at our age is extremely critical because most people, if you dating in a serious relationship in your late 20s, early 30s, you're not in a relationship. You in that relationship assuming it's gonna be long term. If you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, or serious relationship, it's a possibility y'all gonna be married and be put together. And the problem people do is they just want to be in love and they want to sweep stuff under the rug. You're going to get married. You need to talk about finances before you get to that point. And the reason I think a woman finances matter equally because you need to be on the same footing. So it's not about the amount, but it is about your responsibility. It is who's going to control the finances. Are we having separate accounts? I mean, these are real life conversations.
That's facts.
The reason a lot of marriages end in finances because these things aren't discussed.
Right.
They get together and then they think it's your money, my money. It's your money, my money, or it's our money, and I'm making 80% of the income, and but the girl. Hypothetically, let's keep it fair. Let's say the woman making 80% of the income, but the guy doing all the spending.
Yeah.
Right. That's a big problem, and it's a discipline. That's why I think what you said about like the qualities, and I think that's a major key for college kids is the discipline, because discipline goes a long way. If you ain't being disciplined with your books and you paying like learning and stuff in school, you paying all this money to go to college. College ain't cheap. College a house. College costs as much as a house.
Yeah.
If you out here being, undisciplined, saying C's to get degrees coming out of college or whatnot, and like, not working through it and trying to do your thing, or like, being on top of it with your time in college or whatnot, that's a big sign of like, okay, what are you gonna do when these bills is due? Like, all right, if you ain't the breadwinner in the family, like when I tell you don't spend X amount, how are you gonna handle that? Like, you already don't like turning an assignment on time. How you gonna like when I tell you we can't spend over X amount because we need to save towards this and we need to pay this off?
Yeah,
like and that's why, like you said earlier, a lot of relationships don't work because one person's doing all the spending, the other is doing a majority of the earning, and y'all don't have a middle ground anywhere in there. So I think that is big. And I think that is a conversation, even though it's uncomfortable, and you have to have like in like the dating period,
Amen.
early in the dating period. Like, how do you feel about
earlier the better?
Right. Like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about trying to save this amount? Like, if we made this amount, like, and then usually you got a hypothetical, like, if we made this amount, it got to be less than what you make currently, because you never know. Like, pandemics hit,
Anything can
you
happen,
might be broke. Yeah, anything can happen. How do you feel about we save this amount just in case something like this happened? And then their response to that is big, and not just what they say, but like, okay, you want to do a simulation of this shit? Do you want to try this out? Like, and then we'll come back to each other in X amount of months and see where we at. Like, that shit should be, that's big, because a lot of times, like, that's where motherfuckers start cheating and whatnot, because they get mad somebody told them don't spend this amount. They're gonna find somebody that's gonna let them spend the amount they want, or make them feel better than they do at home. Yeah, because you start to feel like they parent more so than they significant other when you start telling them, giving out rules and expectations and stuff like that. So I think discipline is a major part.
And the philosophy, like you hit on there, you just got to be on the same page philosophically.
Right.
Because the truth, let's talk about it, with black people, 90% of us behind the 8-ball. We all coming out with hella student loans. I got student loans. We all coming out in debt with student loans. A lot of us, some people, credit already messed up because their parents did some crazy stuff when they was younger. A lot of us don't have that financial education. I know we talked the last 4 or 5 years, we talk all the time.
Right.
Adults, like, man, I wish I knew this stuff. I mean, we just now learning about credit at 25.
Facts, bro. Credit was considered bad growing up in the neighborhood. Like, what you doing with credit card?
So when you in a relationship, okay, maybe people need to get it twisted. This ain't a money conversation. This is a finances conversation and a financial philosophy, because you need to be responsible. If both of y'all, I don't like throwing it. If both of y'all making X amount, you got to be responsible with $10 before you be responsible with $100.
Right. That's facts.
And so people got to get on the same page. And that's like you said, Dev. The problem is people are afraid to have these real conversations, not beat around the bush, have real conversations with, okay, who's going to control the money? It could be the man or the woman, but somebody needs to be the overseer of the money. I'm talking about marriage now. So if you're in a relationship, that's cool. Marriage, but if you build into marriage, somebody has to be, when I say the overseer, both of y'all know what's going on.
It's just the one person that holds you, everybody accountable.
Somebody got to be responsible. Somebody got to say, all right, we eating ramen noodle, rice, and beans this week because, all right, you want to go to this concert? Well, we already saving and investing X amount. Those are no-brainers. We're not going to save less or invest less so we can go to this concert. We're going to eat rice and beans for the next 2 weeks. I'm exaggerating, but you get what I'm saying.
No, that's facts. I feel like that's a major part that, like we said, like statistics prove it. Like, you hear about people, is usually money. Everything's money based. Like, it's never somebody left because of, it's, of course it does happen. People leave because of emotional imbalance and stuff like that, but it's usually money.
I need the root of that shit.
Right. Money's always the root of some shit. You shitty about something, like, she done went out and bought this purse. So, he done bought these J's and ain't doing shit, bringing shit to the table. Like, that's a big problem.
Yeah,
and
that's
a problem.
Black folks. Y'all was in love. Everything was good. When money's there, everything's great. So that's the common denominator.
That honeymoon stage, everything groovy.
It's like, man, y'all better get a hold of it, because another problem is that, man, I see this a lot now. People don't get mad at me. I just see, like, sometimes you got women with expensive taste. You have guys too. So, but we'll say, I'm gonna speak from our side since we're the men. And that's why a lot of times I think women or people put pressure on a man to have a lot of money just because they want they man to have a lot of money to feed their spending habits. You get what I'm saying? And that's another thing you got to be mindful, man and woman, because some guys like to spend a lot of money too. And if you the woman and you the breadwinner, you better be mindful of that.
No, that's facts.
So the real thing is, I say one step before I have a real conversation. If I'm in a relationship, I just observe. I just be quiet and observe, be in love. You learn a lot until you start talking. Just, you notice how people spend. Like, as an adult, you start realizing, like, dang, she ain't got it like that, but she got the Gucci, or he got the Jordans. He got this. I know a lot of male bad spenders as guys. So, hey, I think it's important. Love is great and all, but marriage is about building a future, and that's deeper than love.
That's facts. That's fact. Leaving a legacy for your children. That's an even deeper story. Like if you ain't good with money now, what you gonna do when your kids trying to like go to college or something like that? I mean,
like pick a number. I don't care. Just say something. How much money you want in 2 years?
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And you don't know then something wrong. You ain't even thinking about the future. Like,
Right. You too in the now. You ain't
give
even
me some number,
about it.
then we can achieve that number to get you, up to speed.
Get
Introduce you to the
rolling.
world of saving and how it feels.
Right.
Not being fucking stressed.
Right. I think we said this shit off the pod before, but it feels so good. Like when you start saving and see a certain amount, you start becoming cheap as hell.
Hell yeah.
Something you would have wasted some money on before when you was broke, you ain't trying to waste money on it no more. Cause you're like, damn, I got that amount in my account.
Yep.
That many zeros look good. Yeah. Like that shit feel good. It make you feel better about shit. Cause if some shit really do happen, you got the money to afford to make some shit happen from it. Yeah. You ain't gotta wait until check number 3 of 3 months from now to get the money you need to pay off something or fix something.
And it's funny, we talking about like financial literacy now, but the problem is, man, I be trying to stress, and what I've realized, actually, I've learned a lot about myself in the last year too. The last year also is that we just program. This ain't just black folks. Most folks, everything is built. We just got a consumer mentality. Like everything around you is built to get your money.
That's
you
facts.
Got to be aware of that. And
that shit's wicked, man.
It's wicked. And so you got to, to me, it feels good now when I sit and I have control and I spend money when I want to. And I spend it how I want to. There's no ad that's going to make me do it. Like, you got to think how wicked, like you said, it's wicked. People think we talking, everybody act like they doing X, Y, Z. Everybody ain't doing that. People spend money. This economy going. That's why when these, what's the stimulus checks go out, stock market go crazy because folks spending.
Right.
Folks going crazy. So we got to have a better, break that consumer mentality, especially my black folks. Listen, all we do is spend, get money, spend.
Right. And spend it on designer stuff that don't have no benefit to you.
Facts.
That's another big thing. I'm guilty of it too when it comes to sneakers and shit. But
hell yeah, we all.
At the end of the day, like now, I done got so much self control over myself over the years. Though now, like I don't get something else I really feel like I really wanted and I earned it. Back in the day, I was spending my last dime on some Jordans. I remember being in high school, I was working to buy shoes. Like,
that was it.
The only reason I worked is to be the flyest nigga I could be for myself. Like I love that feeling.
Yeah, because we coming from these fucking environments, bro. It's just like, damn, something make me feel good. Something make me feel good about myself coming out this shit. Bro. And then that gets you enough motivation to you can elevate your mind. But it'd be like, damn, something just make me feel good. All right, I'm gonna go spend something just to get this esteem or comfort or whatever you want to call it.
Right, bro. It's like a weird ass. I don't even know how to describe it. Mystique that you just feel over yourself. Like
you just get a confidence about yourself more. Just like you feel like something, even though you come from this fucked up place, like fucked up circumstances, shit going on around you. Like finally, you can at least feel like you carrying yourself with a little
facts, bro. And then the older you get and the more mature you get, you start to feel that way about like when it comes to saving or investing. Like, shit, my dick get hard, my bank account look a certain way. Like, just being honest with y'all, that shit feel great. Like, I to like be able to like help my family out when they need it, type shit. That shit feel great. Like, I can help my pops out or my mom's out if they need it and not have to like think twice about it. Back in the day, it'd be like, maybe next check I could look out a little bit, but like that shit that's an amazing feeling, especially coming up in a black community. All you want to do is look out for the people that looked out for you coming up, spend their last dollar just to make you happy.
Yep, and that's when you got to be mature enough to start living for yourself. Like I remember Jill, I can say it now. We left when I left my job before I was in Chicago. I was in Ohio, and we got there and we had a real discussion. It's like, look, we're gonna just have a decent, okay apartment, nothing fancy. We're gonna live way below our means, and that does wonders for you. You gotta have discipline that. Hey, people come over, your spot ain't really that nice. I know it ain't that nice, but I know what I'm doing internally.
Right.
I live for yourself. And that's the same thing with, spending. Most spending is done for other people.
Mm-hmm.
We all like to floss a little bit. This ain't that discussion. Everybody, look, When I go out, you know, I want to step out. I want to look good. You dig what I'm saying? But you gotta have discipline to know when and why, and then save up to buy stuff. But we going too deep. They ain't trying to hear that. They trying.
That's why, man. It's so important that you gotta choose somebody who got that ambition, who is chasing something.
That's facts.
Because they gonna bust their ass to, you know, contribute to the shit. Because if you was somebody who don't got that, like, ain't nothing they looking forward to. They just cool with just how shit is going, staying in the same, you know, state, in the same space. Is like, you're gonna be fucking miserable.
Right.
You never gonna elevate. Like, I never gonna elevate.
No, that's facts, bro. I think like y'all both gotta be shooting for something because it makes it that much sweeter when you attain that goal. Like, you know, you may be trying to get a promotion or shit, even be an entrepreneur. Like, yeah, you working this job, but you eventually want to be your own boss. Like, even if your girl don't have that same type of mentality, as long as she working to be like the best she can be or whatever she's doing, like the best in her company or move to another company, be the best at that. Like, y'all just have, like, I think ambition is like the biggest thing that goes with, because it leads over to finances. If y'all both ambitious about some shit, right? Because if you happy making $10 an hour and it's your dream job, that's cool for you. But me, I need to be doing the next thing to get me the next bigger check and make me feel better about myself. Like, that's just me. Like, and I feel like
you gotta want to move up, or it ain't gonna work between us.
We gotta enhance somehow. I don't want us to be stagnant. Like, if we living together and doing this and that, or like even if you ain't living together, if you building a mill together, if you okay with where your life is now and don't want any improvements, we probably ain't right for each other.
Yeah, we only 30 years old. We trying to keep going up. Javante younger than us. Like, we trying to keep going. Like, this ain't it. Like,
I ain't no young ass dude. Watch your mouth.
Young pup. Young pup.
No, that's real. And I think the age is important. Now, we 50, we could be stagnant. Like,
when you ready to retire, post up.
Like, you cool with what you got? We supposed to be grinding. So.
Yeah, that's facts. That's all I'm saying. I don't. You don't gotta want to be a millionaire, but just if you're doing some shit, I want you to feel like you want to be the best at that shit. Like, if you love, like, you know, and being a secretary or some shit, try to be the best secretary in the fucking world. Like, you know, that's just how I feel.
Secretary firm or some shit.
Right.
At
like,
some point,
teach
you need
other
some ownership
people
or something.
Etiquette and shit. Like, how to get running it. Right. No, that's facts though.
They can make money with the OnlyFans though.
I was about to say that. I was about to say, if we're still talking about monetary values with our next topic, like if you're about your money, Troy had an interesting topic. It came off of some shit. It was off WorldStar, right? Like, and it's been floating around, twirling around. You know how social media is with the topic. That's how we got. What was that shit we got? That something. The first episode.
The Hurt
Bay. All, you know.
But the guy and the girl was interviewing each other after they broke up. Yeah,
exactly. Social media is toxic. It could be informing. It could be comedy. It could also give you like a good ass topic to talk about in comedic spirit, but also be truthful. And one of those topics that was recently revealed was OnlyFans. So basically, from what I saw in the video, and I'll let Troy elaborate if it's more to it or not, but a dude and a girl, they had got into it, and he basically broke up with a shorty because she created an OnlyFans, and he told her she created one, he was done with her ass. So I think the topic that came up is like, if your girl making bands off of OnlyFans, like I'm talking about big money, more money than any nigga working a regular 9-to-5, or even some of these young entrepreneurs are making. Was the question, would you be okay with your girl having an OnlyFans page?
Yeah. Would you be like him, like, fuck that, it's no OnlyFans, or would you change your mind?
And just for context, because as we all know, OnlyFans doesn't necessarily have to be sexual content.
Nope.
But are we saying in this form it is for sexual content?
We're saying that's what I was kind of gonna leave open to discussion. Like, at what level are y'all against it? No matter what type of content it is.
No, I think if
so you're okay with being on OnlyFans.
I am.
You are trying to say no matter what. What is he teaching, giving lessons?
Teach and give lessons. You better do that on YouTube.
Okay.
No, I'm not that extent.
What are you teaching and giving lessons on? Because it's just gonna morph into that. What is she really teaching?
Now, some people be on there like selling their information.
Yeah, like
selling their knowledge.
For example, as somebody that like I'm a gamer at times, so I play games and shit. people do not necessarily OnlyFans. It's like similar process they call like ebooks. So basically, you might sell like glitches in the game or something like that. So I guess for a woman, what OnlyFans could be is like maybe it's a young chick that's trying to like learn how to fucking do box braids. She might be given the major keys on box braids, but only if you pay $20 a month, she gonna give you those tips. That's originally what OnlyFans was created for. And if it's static, that's why I asked. I made sure I was specific with it when we first asked. If her OnlyFans is to teach somebody how to do makeup or something like that, go ahead. Yeah. But if you're on there playing with that cat, rubbing it like that, like that's where the limit comes in. Like if you rubbing the kitty on there, then we gotta have some talks. Like there's some limitations and boundaries on here.
Okay, I'm cool. I'm cool with the others. I'm cool with I'm cool with the. If it's you teaching lessons and stuff, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Now I will say OnlyFans, the majority now is for adult content, but it originally started as like a Patreon or a page like that where it was made where you could support people to give you the major keys for a subscription base. That's what OnlyFans is created for.
What if a swimwear company wants to sponsor her to do a fashion show?
I'm cool with that because that ain't no different than what these girls doing on Instagram.
Yeah,
some of these girls already got OnlyFans on their Instagram. If you in lingerie, but my thing is if
she can model.
Yeah, if your goal is to be a model, like that's a real profession. Lingerie, your body, that's cool. But are we asking what if our girl want to do that and she want to be on there being super sexual? I'm
just trying to go to the levels and see where we stop it.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm cool with the lingerie because that's Instagram. Girls doing that now.
So we might all probably be at that level or higher.
Right. Yeah, I don't think any of us at the level of like letting our girl be on there, like showing off all of her goodies and whatnot.
So, which I know somebody who is okay with that, and my question to y'all is, if a man is okay with his girl doing that, do he love her? Is it any space for him to be like, we got to do what we're doing, what we got to do to grind right now? Like, or is he just strictly just trying to use her?
I think go ahead.
I'll let Javante go.
Nah, I think, I don't know. I need to know where they at in their relationship, but I can totally see a young guy like, yo, this one of my shorties, she doing her thing, being promiscuous, whatever she doing on there, and if he benefited from it, he getting some sneakers.
Yeah, they living nice, like
PS5 games. Yeah, that's Gucci for him. But I do think
he caught a bad one early. Like rappers just now getting in their DM. Like they've been in love since high school. Like it's one of them. Like,
and he cool with it. She on there she going crazy.
He got her. She bringing so much bread. He like, it's my baby. I love her. Like,
she on there just solo, just her doing her.
Yeah, just her. Let's just say just her. Just her touching a little,
Yeah, actually, I mean, to him, I can't tell a man what to be okay and not to be okay with it. And he's just securing himself for he don't care. He don't care about
more
that.
power to homie, but I ain't got that in me.
I just hope they, how they gonna make money when she's 50.
Strength right there.
When she 50, she gonna be playing with the wrinkles and the money gonna dry up. Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I've heard that it's couples that be on adult film, be doing porn, right? And they do it together. See, that's a little different. They together. They say want to hop on the OnlyFans with her, and they make some. Let's see how she feel when he get on there slanging that wood.
Right.
OnlyFans.
And they say some couples do it together, like they only shoot videos and stuff like that together. Like, I guess that's okay because y'all both putting yourself out there if y'all comfortable with that. But just me, I feel like what you do in the bedroom is between y'all, and it should stay like in the household. Like that's just how I was raised, and I don't care what type of bag is out there for that shit. That ain't my type of bag.
Yeah,
like, I'll get my bag another way because I don't want my little son to be in school and something like, I saw your pops and your mom out here yamming it up
crazy
on the internet.
The OnlyFans, I guess I would just want to have a conversation. If this was my shorty, why? I just need to know why. Everybody got different reasons. Like if it's just this the only way you think you can make money and you can make real money, then we got to have some self-worth conversations. I know this sounds bad, man or woman. If any man or woman think the only way you can make money in life is to get naked, then we got to have self-worth conversations. If you just want to do it and you're like, nah, this is what I want to do. I like my body. I like showing it to people. hey, more power to you. I'm gonna catch you though. I'm out. I might tune in, but we can't be together.
Yeah.
That's
so the dollar amount, she can't make enough money for you to accept that.
Not if she on there getting sexual. Like, no.
Okay.
Not accept. It ain't up for me to accept. I'm just not okay with it, and I'm not gonna be with you. Because you either got some serious, I don't know, like why do you want to do it? Like, I just want to know why.
You just get it. Ain't say it's his situation where she don't want to necessarily do it, but the bag is so big, and she's like, I don't necessarily want to do it, but I can't make this type of money this fast no other way.
I do see that, but nah, like. Nah, like, my guys can't pay to see you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I get that. When you say it that way, I get it. That's the only way to make bread. But that don't mean you gotta be my girl. We could be cool, but or you know what I'm saying. I can come hit. You know what I'm saying? I can come slide in a video, but this ain't exclusive. This ain't.
You can't put a ring on that one.
Nah, this ain't no ring because we got to have some self-worth discussions.
Yeah, I agree.
This is crazy. This world crazy, bro.
Man, people letting boys slide down for that bag. He over here in his Louis belt chilling.
Yeah,
I'm getting on my dudes too. I heard some dudes on there nasty too, beating they meat on OnlyFans. I'm on y'all too. Y'all just as nasty.
Females really pay for shit like that when it's a bunch of creep ass dudes that be like, in your DMs personally on some shit like that.
I hear dudes too. They got to question their self-worth. The only way you can make dollars is splacking all over the OnlyFans.
I heard dudes are be paying for like feet pictures. What is that doing for you, fam? Like,
weirdos.
What in the world?
Weirdos.
Man. But I say that just to get off the topic of OnlyFans. I want to get it to the next topic where it's a place where there are no fans in the arena right now.
Radio Dev.
Right. Yeah, I had to get the good transition for y'all.
Both of y'all had two nice transitions.
And I'm gonna talk about the NBA now, though. I kind of wanted to get y'all thoughts on like how this first round is played out. I know we had a little talk about that boy Ja a couple weeks back in comparison to my boy Luka, and we saw some stuff go down. We saw Pandemic P is what they calling him right now. Hopefully he turns things around today. Pandemic P, aka better known as Playoff P originally. But I just want y'all thoughts on like what y'all seen so far in the NBA, and then touch on things y'all y'all seen so far. We all know it's gym ball at the end of the day, but just curious like y'all thoughts on everything going on with the NBA right now.
I go first real quick. So one thing that's crazy caught my eye, actually more than anything else, was Donovan Mitchell. He's shown me something. I'm like, yo, I ain't know this kid could ball like that. I mean, I knew he could ball, right? I seen him at All-Star Weekend. It was the Shy. I got to see him in person. Hoop, good kid. And he can hoop, and he been putting up numbers.
He's been going crazy
in Utah, but like when you doing it in the playoffs, I'm like, he able to get his shot. I mean, I didn't know he could shoot as well as he can.
Mm-hmm.
So Donovan Mitchell showed me a lot. I need to get him out of Utah. He needs to get on a bigger market team. So that was one of my biggest takeaways. Then my second takeaway was, man, sigh of relief. The Lakers are actually playing okay.
Yeah,
LeBron didn't deteriorate as much as I thought he did. I thought he was having trouble scoring. I didn't see him scoring 38. I just didn't think he could do that. His free throw shooting is horrendous, man. It is like a big eyesore, more than ever.
Yeah.
And then obviously the third takeaway is Luka, bro. I know we're gonna talk about the points and the hooping, man. I like that boy's spirit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers talking smack, he talking back. I know a big deal. Montrez called him, I think called him some white boy, slur white boy, big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But that ain't phasing Luka. I seen Luka jawing back at dude the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Montrez, bro, stop flopping, bro. And I like his spirit and his tenacity, and he going at these boys, and he doing it. They need to. Porzingis was a bad pickup, bro. He never gonna be able to stay healthy, bro.
No, he's not.
He's tall and lanky. He need a bona fide number 2, like another wingman like him. And but yeah, so those are the biggest three. Donovan Mitchell, the Lakers are actually a good team, and then the rise of Luka. He top 5 and he not 5.
Yeah, I agree. As y'all know how I feel, that boy Luka was a problem. I said it.
Damn, speak your truth.
I kind of. I think he top 2, top 3, bro. Top 3 right now.
True.
He don't have that athleticism that like jump out at you, but he's just so damn smart. Like his game, he don't have a defense. He needs to work on his defense. I will say that much. But his offense makes up for it in so many ways. Like he ain't missing one step in his offensive game at all. And I will say, the one thing that's caught my attention is his supporting cast is pretty decent. I'll say that. Like, I only thought it was him, Porzingis, but Trey Burke stepped up. Like, he showed us who he could be in college a little bit when he was on Michigan and whatnot. And then you seen even Seth Curry, he's played out of his mind this playoffs. Like, for what they doing and taking the Clippers where they taking them, the deepest team in the league, in my opinion. I think me and Troy did say that originally, though. Like, whoever won this series, it flies coming out of the West.
Yep.
And I thought it was going to be a good series, but I didn't think Luka without Porzingis would do what he's doing right now. Like, he had, 43, 17 rebounds, 13 assists, game 4, like, to tie it up and hit a game winner in overtime. Like, that boy can play.
Yeah.
That boy can play.
I like what Javante said about Donovan Mitchell. He's a superstar.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like D Wade-ish, early D Wade.
Yeah.
He just gonna go out and get buckets on your ass no matter what he got to do. Like he gonna make it happen for the team.
Mm-hmm.
Brian showed me, like you said, he's still here. He turned on the switch finally and was like, basically he was like bullied him. I thought he playing like anger, like that chip on his shoulder. Like he was going through driving hard as fuck, like getting rebounds. Like I'm about to little boy y'all motherfuckers. Like I ain't playing like I'm Brian. Like I'm coming through, I'm scoring. Like nothing y'all can do about it. Like he had that edge on him, that chip on his shoulder. So I like that. Even though the Warriors pulled that game one, Trailblazers pulled that game one off. Call that shit. Shout out Dame Lillard. You won me a lot of bread. I appreciate you. And then Luka, man. Luka's gonna be a legend. Luka's gonna be the most famous Euro player ever.
He's gonna pass dirt.
He's on the way. Like if he had fucking stock, I'd be all in on that shit right now.
He's soaring. He's gonna be a top 20 all timer.
Luka's gonna be special.
The main thing I like about his game, and I said that like when I first saw him, my boys here know I've been on the train as soon as he got drafted. I've been on Swan's pause, but but that boy is a beast. But I think the thing I like about his game, and it's in comparison like a lot of the people that I feel like had longevity in the NBA, is he isn't the most athletic. He isn't like gonna step out on the court, like, in that way. It's like, oh shit, this motherfucker, like Westbrook was super cold when he was super explosive and fast and everything, and a couple knee injuries later, it's like he's still cold, he still can get a triple double, but he just ain't got that takeover on him. And his jump shot is a liability. Whereas Luka, he ain't the fastest on the court. He ain't gonna jump the highest at all. He gonna sometimes get hung on a dunk too, but he gonna come back down after an air ball and splashing in your face like he ain't missed shit all day. And I like that about that tenacity. And I like the way he just comes every day ready to play. Like, he's ready to dish the ball out. He's real deceived. He's real deceive. I can't think of the right word, but he deceives you with the ball. Yeah, deceitful with the ball. Like, you'll think he's doing one thing, and he'll just go up smooth, lay up on you, or just, go through the leg, step back, splashing on your ass. Like, he just has that old man game at a young age. He's 21. Like,
the way he fucking went and got the ball and inbound and just start going to work. As soon as he got the ball, like, I'm taking this shot.
Right.
Cross the nigga up, like, I'm gonna hit this shit. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, he knew he was gonna hit it, bro. He like, let me cross you up and game y'all ass.
Yeah.
Like,
bro, the NBA, bro, is a young man's game, bro. Luka 21, Tatum 22. I was looking at these ages. I'm like, man, I don't even know how. It's probably why I don't connect with players the way I used to. I'm older than these guys. I don't got no favorite. LeBron, my last favorite player. I got my heart connected to him, right? I don't never get connected with. I'm gonna just root for certain guys.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
And that's why I'm so impressed. Like, I'm impressed that, like you were saying with Russell, that Bron has lost athleticism. It's super noticeable, right? He don't jump as high, he's not as quick. But it does help him is his IQ. And the way he can pass the ball, not just talent-wise, but he got his height. He can see the floor. Yeah. He needs to ease into if he want to play another 4 years, like he said, he needs to be a 15-10 guy, 15-10 and 8, 15. He got to stop trying to score a lot. The problem with him is that people people skip Bayless. They're gonna crush him if he don't score 20 again. He ain't that player.
They won't allow
Right.
him to like ease out, like
Yeah.
Vince Carter was allowed to just kind of.
Yeah.
They won't allow him to do it.
He trash if he 15, 10, and
Yeah.
8, which is still an all-star point guard.
Shit, right.
He's just gonna be considered trash if he don't score 28 a game.
Right. I think that'll be. I think, like you said, the expectations was going to drop him out of the league before his health. Like, he's still going to be able to produce at a high level, be an all-star when he retires. I think it's more so, like I said, the expectation of him scoring 25 a game or whatnot.
Yeah.
Like this year, he kind of compensated with the averaging the most. He led the league in assists. So like this is the first time in his career, he career high in assists and all that. But Anthony Davis compliments him well, so it made it a good transition for him. But like, let's say 2-3 years down the road, like Anthony Davis start getting a little older. We know Anthony Davis has health issues himself. How is LeBron going to react then? I think that's going to be the ultimate deciding factor to how his career plays. Like you said, he's not good at shooting free throws. Free throws is a telltale sign of your jump shot. Like if you can't hit an open shot when the pressure's on, what you going to do when you can't drop to the rack on the dude in front of you because you faster, bigger than him?
Yep.
Like, so I do want to see how LeBron plays out the next couple of years of his career. He's still going to get another big bag, I think, but he might just walk out like midway between that. My prediction, he'll walk out midway between that contract, just like I said, if he ain't averaging over 20 and getting up a good amount of assists and rebounds, I don't think he stays in the league another 5 years. So,
Good time.
You got Devontae.
What I got as far as NBA?
Yeah. Now, do you say LeBron? You agree with like LeBron gonna be?
Yeah. I think LeBron gonna be out, and I think it's corny, but LeBron corny anyway. I think he want to play with his son. I really think that's what his eyes. I don't know if his son good enough. I don't know what year. I think he needs to play 4. I think 4 more years after.
Got 3 more. 3 more and then 1 year out of. Yeah, you right.
Because I know LeBron like weirdly obsessed with like his legacy in a weird way, and like he always thinking about new things to do. I think he want to play 1 year with his son. I think he gonna be a free agent when his son come in, and whatever team if his son good enough and get drafted, he gonna say, hey, look, I come in on the minimum deal. I want to play 1 year with my son, and then he gonna be out the league.
I ain't gonna lie, that would be dope, but I just don't want him to like do that shit if he averaging 12 points a game. I just really don't want to see that, just for his sake, because like that's why people give Jordan flack come back to Wizards. Yeah, he averaged over 20 a year, whatnot, but it wasn't Jordan that we used to seeing. Yeah. I mean, LeBron game a little different, so it might work in his favor if he can keep averaging 13, 14 assists a game, then he'll be cool. But
you don't want to see him like that.
Yeah, I really don't
like
want to
see your favorite hero like trash without his powers now. Like,
I saw Allen Iverson on the Memphis Grizzlies.
Oh my God,
that was probably the biggest eyesore like in my lifetime.
So bad.
That shit hurt.
Hey, I was on the Grizzlies.
Damn.
It's embarrassing.
And when he was on the Pistons.
Yeah, on the Pistons too.
It was some bad years. AI was my boy in his prime, but like,
oh my God,
Hey,
Father Time don't wait on nobody. Hey, that shit show you. AI game was never predicated on being the guy that couldn't dunk for shit unless he was wide open. Really, but his game was speed and crossing the fuck out of you. Like that was his game and getting steals off of speed. Like once he starts slowing down, you just could tell. Like, all right,
I get the open jump shot no more.
Right.
He was 34 with Memphis, but he was still averaging 12 a game.
He got his 12.
Got his little 12.
Oh, yeah, he's so talented. He gonna score. Yeah. But it just ain't.
Bro,
it ain't gonna be the same. He ain't gonna get you that 30 like AI would do in his prime.
He had terrible work ethic, my boy. I love that. He's my all-time favorite player. So
he had terrible teammates too, bro. Let's just be honest. Eric Snow and them wasn't getting the job done against the Lakers.
I love AI.
Yeah, that's my homie. Like he's the reason I fell in love with NBA. Like AI was really my reason. I respected Jordan, knew his greatness, but like AI was around the time like I got braids because of him. Like AI changed my life.
On me, I did.
Yeah, bro.
That's
AI
changed my life. I used to have that black boy.
That black boy. I had the blue one too. Thought I was a shit.
Because they dropped that blue boy in silk. I don't know if you remember that. It was like the NBA rolled him out. Everybody won. I didn't get that one. I had the black boy. That boy was hard.
Man, that black boy was.
Yeah, I had a black.
I made my own arm
I wanted
sleeve.
that blue one.
That blue one's silly, bro.
I need to get one. I need to get one offline.
Yeah, I need to get a Mitchell Ness boy just because I want
That's
him to. Yeah, I got the type of dude. If you catch him, he'll sign that shit too. Like I need to, because he be at the games and shit. I plan on getting one to wear and one for him to sign before I get old.
Yeah.
While he's still around. Yeah, that shit
That'd
crazy.
be dope.
But yeah,
There's some young boys though that's coming up. Like that's what kind of keep me into the fan aspect of it, because I follow some of the young boys, like the top high school dudes.
Yeah.
So I see them early, and there's some dogs coming.
Some dogs coming.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite young cat?
Probably Jalen Green.
Jalen Green.
He opted to go to the G League.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he was the first one, wasn't he? Or am I tripping? Or
Yeah.
The second.
Yep.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that. That's some big news right there.
Dior Johnson, Josh Christopher, but yeah, there's some young boys. Boys is crazy.
Okay.
Breaking news: Giannis just won Defensive Player of the Year, so he's gonna be, I think, the 5th player ever to win. He's gonna win MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same year.
That's
Defensive
crazy.
Player of the Year.
Yeah, he just won.
Hey, y'all heard it here first. Miami's gonna beat the Bucks this round. This is my take. Miami's gonna beat the Bucks.
Okay, I like that.
Miami's if Jimmy Butler's healthy. If Jimmy Butler's healthy, Miami's gonna beat the Bucks. I heard it here
Miami
first.
looking nice.
I hope so. I like him. I don't like. He wasn't that good this year. They act like he was just.
Who?
Giannis.
It was rinse and repeat.
He did not live up to expectations this year.
No, he didn't.
He acting like he's
as good as he's gonna be. Like,
Luka getting MVP next year. I think that's an easy one.
Luka, yeah, I think he deserve it. If he plays all year, I think he deserve that shit. Shit, this year he averaged like 28 his second year in the NBA. That shit's crazy.
Luka's about to be like a global like fucking star, man.
And let's be the NBA needs him. They need it.
They do.
Time to,
the best player in the NBA is from whatever fucking country. Like
Lithuania.
His pigmentation is the way it is. They need.
He about to be a star.
They need that. It's over. It's already. I just hate he with Kristaps because Kristaps.
No, he's Slovenian. That's it. He's from Slovenia. Sorry about that.
Yeah, Slovenia.
I just hate
the whole year, all that soccer culture, all that football.
I mean, but even in the NBA, like you gotta think,
they
like,
gonna love his.
This ain't even no shade, man. If you a white person in the NBA, man, you gotta love to see this
Hell yeah,
balling up. You talking, man, balling up these black brothers, give you confidence. Yeah, I know he's from another country, but he more white than he is black.
Yeah, like he representing, he putting on for.
Yeah, I understand that. Like when I was my favorite baseball player, I ain't gonna be a white person because I don't like that. So I get it. My white brothers and sisters, they're gonna be cheering for Luka too.
Right.
Brothers, we respect game. We respect
game. Right.
Game.
Then the day, if you code, you code. Like,
that's all I care about.
Being in Indiana, there's a bunch of paid men and respecters out here. Like I already know. Like
that was my guy. Always better than Brady.
That's facts though. You go not that part, but game gonna respect game. I'll say that much. Like we know a game. Like at the end of the day, a spade's a spade. When you got it, you got it. Like that boy's showing he got it.
It's like how I feel when Lamar was balling on everybody ass, like or Mahomes killing everybody. It's like
you gotta respect that shit. Yeah, I definitely say like I think it was you, Troy, and Vince. Y'all was early on the Mahomes train. Like Vince was really. I think I made a bet with him, but I can't remember what the bet was. But I was like, yeah, Alex Smith gonna do better than him, bro. I think it's all gas. I still think it's Andy Reid the majority of, but he got that.
Oh yeah, huge credit to Andy Reid, no doubt.
Yeah, because if he was out there with fucking Jeff Fisher, he wouldn't be killing.
Oh nah,
like that. Be handing the ball off. Right. But yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to see where the rest of the NBA playoffs go, but I do think the Heat are going to beat the Bucks if Jimmy Butler's not injured. I
think do I see any upsets? Toronto and Boston.
That's a good ass series. I think Toronto might win. That's not my take right now, but they got a good. It's going to be a good series.
Yeah, they got too much. Boston, they so well coached. You got Tatum and Brown. They so ill.
Mm-hmm. Question for y'all.
That's gonna be a good ass series.
Question for y'all: if Raptors do beat the Celtics this round, does that take some stock away from Kawhi?
Hell yeah.
If the Raptors do beat the Celtics,
I think it's already been lost. I think nobody's been more overhyped than Kawhi after last year. After beating the Warriors team that had literally nobody.
Yeah,
that was facts. Yeah,
we be saying all this about LeBron, like, oh, LeBron got his 5th ring. If he get that depleted Warriors team. No, I don't understand. Man,
It hurts.
the double standard that LeBron get compared to other people is
It's crazy.
with the criticism. We ain't talking about his greatness. I'm just saying,
Right.
like, Kawhi beat a team that was going on one wheel that is actually broken down because they played LeBron 4 years in the finals in a row. LeBron had played this great team, and then Kawhi beat a team with who was left, who was not injured at the end of the finals.
It was just Curry and Draymond, I think.
And Draymond, because Clay and KD got
Durant was already fucked up.
and now it's just like people every year people want to finally been waiting to say somebody better than LeBron.
Better than LeBron,
Actually,
yeah.
LeBron ain't the best player this year. It ain't because of Kawhi. It's just he just regressed in his skills.
Yeah, he
It
getting
ain't got
older.
nothing to do with that. But now it's Kawhi love. Yeah, I would take something away from Kawhi. And I think Kawhi's a hell of a player. But I think
He's always been on great teams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
coaching.
at best coaching and a lot of defense on those teams. Like, look at the Raptors now; they still playing amazing. They don't even have it. They barely lost a step. They barely lost. They might have lost a little on defense, but they still blew the Nets out of the gym.
Yeah.
That Nets team wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst. See, they made the playoffs. Like,
bro, Kawhi got a ring on being the fourth best player on the Spurs team, bro. Like, damn, Kawhi got 2 rings. Yeah, man, stop.
He didn't shine to that second one. Then
Yeah.
But you around Tony Parker, Ginobili, Tim Duncan.
that's
Greg
a lot of
Popovich,
that's pedigree right
Aldridge,
there.
like, what the fuck?
Luka better than Kawhi right now, and I on me is.
He is.
Yeah, I say a crazy take. I think Luka best in the league personally, but that's just me. Y'all know me. I ride for somebody when I ride for him.
If it wasn't for Giannis, you can give me anybody except, even though I don't like Giannis like that, but Giannis just defensively,
athletic.
Giannis is just.
Yeah, he's such a force.
That's the one thing Luka needs to get some more steals up his sleeve and some shit. He gets a couple steals a game or whatnot, but he got to show that he's more consistent because he's only averaging like 1 steal a game, and he was letting niggas go around him. I mean, as expected, I guess, because of the athleticism. But he gonna get on offense and give you 42.
Yep.
If I gotta get a last second shot, I want Luka. Like,
last second shot, yeah, I can't argue.
That boy's bad.
No, I want Steph with the last second. Steph.
I just want everybody to know I'm a conductor on
Giannis,
that train. I'm a conductor on the Luka train.
wait, Luka and Giannis, I'm saying.
Oh yeah. Steph, man, next year gonna be a hell of a year. Steph and KD return. It's gonna be crazy.
Be nice.
Yeah. What do you have to, and Kyrie, I guess.
Kyrie, as censor myself.
Yeah, the Nets gonna make it to the East.
Whack for staying out of the bubble.
You think the Nets are?
The East gonna make it to the finals easy next year.
Yeah, I think so. Kind of.
I don't know.
I don't like the combo of Kyrie and KD, but I gotta see it.
Yeah, and I mean, if they healthy, the talent is just too much.
I see what you're saying. They just gonna outscore everybody. They can one-on-one ball everybody. Like take turns and
Durant crossover didn't look too fast in the Drake video. Slow a little bit.
Think he lost a step.
Yeah, over there showing out for the boy.
Man, my boy didn't want to play in the playoffs, but he dunking on Drake.
Oh, wow.
What in the world is going on? That would have made his legacy crazy. That's how just out of touch he is.
Yeah.
I want to be in a Drake video, but
you gonna get out y'all on Twitter.
Man, forget that dude. Bum ass.
He handled his career so wrong. Off the court, he handled it terribly. Like,
he's so emotional. Yeah, he's the most emotional.
Oh, you got ghost account,
ever.
bro. What the fuck are you doing? This nigga got ghost account.
You ever seen about somebody so talented and so sensitive? Like, he the most sensitive, talented motherfucker on earth.
Yeah.
He worried about what everybody say. He got 10 phones, 10 Twitters, 10 Instagrams, ready to combat anybody that got some hate for him.
Like, damn, bro, I loved your ass coming out of Texas. You was a dog.
Yeah, he was.
You just was like, you a different type of dude. You just sensitive. You cool. You just sensitive, man.
He's so sensitive. I've never seen nobody that sensitive with that type of bad.
Like, bro, you cold. Just be cold. Know that you cold. Why you arguing with fans who criticizing you and shit?
I'd be out of touch
you ain't
with
even doing it
everything.
under your own name. Like,
I'm telling y'all now, if I had Durant back, I'd be out of touch with every fucking thing. Call me what you want. I got M's on deck. But
your shoes trash. Side note. They was
hot early. Yeah, was the fours? The fours was silly. Was the fours that was silly? The Galaxy fours? Yeah, them bad boys were crazy. But shit,
was up to 5. They was cold.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
Man. But I think we kind of talked on NBA a little bit, so we can go on into the final topic I have for today. We meant to hit on it last week, but we got so caught up in the top 5 and episode 2. And if you haven't checked that out, it is on YouTube now.
Yep.
Y'all could definitely check that out and see the visual. Now see us in the Zoom, how chill we look and whatnot. You can criticize it if you want, but check it out. Give us some views.
Hit the
Listen
page,
to it.
No Bluff
Right.
Podcast.
If you like it on
Subscribe,
SoundCloud,
like,
it's on there.
comment.
Facts. Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever you need to do. When y'all subscribe, if y'all do like the page or comment with who y'all think gonna win the East and who gonna win the West of the playoffs. Like, I want to hear y'all picks and why. But the last topic I wanted to hit on, and we was kind of discussing last week, and we posted about it on the No Bluff Twitter and Insta story, is our boy Travis Scott. Right now, after the 2018 album, Travis Scott has been kind of untouchable to a lot of people, but there's been some leakage out there. You know how they do with the reference tracks that supposedly Cyhi the Prynce came out and maybe made a couple of the biggest hits or most lyrical tracks by the so-called Trav fans. And if you heard the tracks, one of them was Sicko Mode, and what was the other one, Troy? I forget.
Coffee Bean.
Coffee Bean, and then he's given. If you look on the album, supposedly in the credits, his name appears on a couple other songs on the album as well. So with that being said, I was just curious, y'all thoughts on like that whole thing. Do you think it kind of takes some credibility away from Travis? Do you think we should look at Cyhi on a higher light? Because I don't know if I think we did talk about Cyhi project before during our last pod when we first started recording. How dope that shit was. Like he put out a good ass project. What do y'all think overall? Because it's literally, from what I heard on the reference tracks, Cyhi given like the same beat, the same flow, the same tempo, all that just for Travis to get on there and use that shit like on Sicko Mode. And we all know that Sicko Mode verse from Drake, and then at the same time, people's like Travis verse was silly too. Some people think it was better. So
yeah, for me it don't change much, only because I mean, we already knew Cyhi was a beast lyrically for sure.
Facts.
And we've already known he's done writing in the past. He's openly spoke about he wrote for Ye
a lot of times,
even when Ye was Ye, right? And we know his talent. And for Travis, initially I wanted to be upset because I'm not, but it doesn't change it because it's the same argument people made when the reference tracks came out for Drake, right? It's about the way Travis delivered it. Cyhi could be on that verse. He could be on Sicko Mode, and he can deliver that exact same verse, and it won't hit the same way it does for Travis Scott fans. His fan base. What I think about Travis is irrelevant. His fan base is crazy, and people respect. My wife loves Travis. I'm not the biggest Travis fan musically. I think he's a cool guy. His music is cool, but I don't think he's as great as some people make him out to be. But his fans still enjoy him, and they hit with him. And we had this whole incident with Drake, and a lot of people, we talked about it for sure. It's like, and the way the boy get on a record and sing a hook or a bridge, even though nobody wrote Drake verses, like his lyrical verses, let's be clear, but they might write a hook or a bridge. The way you deliver it is about you and your fans. Hey, we know how much does Cardi write. We know Cardi don't write her music. She a mega star. Don't nobody care. Right. She'll be reading off the pen and paper. A guy could walk in, hand her the verse, and she can rap it. And it's Cardi, so she's a star. So for me, it doesn't change much. Travis will continue to be a star. His fans, it won't care. A lot of his fans are suburban white kids anyway, who don't even know who Cyhi the Prynce is. So the people that move the needle, I think this. I don't really think this does much at all. But I've always held Cyhi in high regard. So for me, it doesn't change much.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt. It won't hurt Travis in terms of like his stardom at all. Like core hip hop fans, people who follow hip hop. I think it does hurt him because it's like, for me personally, like I held him up to such a high esteem. Like he's been creating dope music for a long time now. He's putting together a nice catalog. So I hold him to a certain level, and here it is, which it's only a couple songs, but it's like now I'm suspicious of exactly how much of your music are you responsible for. Like,
Right.
How much does it matter though, Troy? You know Cardi is not responsible for any of her music. She a megastar.
and just be transparent about it. Like, if that ain't you, early on, you need to be transparent about that. That's the thing. Like Cardi, we already knew from the jump. Like, all right, Cardi don't write her shit. Now we can proceed. But you out here thinking like you building up your artistry, your character, or whatever, your superstardom, as I'm such a great artist, and you are in this momentum and this wave, and we all held you to such a high esteem. Like, damn, he cooking up all that. Like, that nigga's hard. He's ill. Like, and then it turns out you might not even be that talented. So it's like,
But
damn, bro, like you deceived us. Like,
quick question, Troy. Is his artistry though in the lyrics that he's writing, or is it in his? To me, for Travis, it's in his delivery, his style, his swag. That's what makes Travis Travis. Yeah. So is his talent diminished because somebody give him the lyrics? And yeah, they might. I know part of reference tracks they kind of give you a cadence or whatever, but they have said it best. Some people's voices are instruments, and Travis is one of those people for his fans, right?
I believe so too. I love, for the record, I'm just being critical right now because we're going deep, but I love Travis. Like, okay, I fuck with him heavy and long.
We gotta talk about that one day because I ain't seen it.
I want to talk about it a little bit. The one thing I will say, the difference between this and like Drake and his situation with if reading this is too late. I think the biggest difference is Drake. We know Drake's gonna make a song pop crazier than like a Quentin Miller or somebody would. But I think the biggest difference here, to me personally, is Sicko Mode was the biggest song of that year, and it was mainly because of Drake. And I feel like if that was on Cyhi album and Drake was on it, it probably would have been a top 5 song of that year. That's the one big difference. Is like it's the Drake touch that we talked about, like a couple episodes ago. That I feel like even if it was Cyhi and Drake to collab, and then Cyhi spit what he did for Travis, like in the booth, like his cadence and shit, I think it would have been a top 5 song personally. I do. Just because of like in Cyhi's original delivery.
Would it be as big? You saying? Do you think it would have been as big?
It wouldn't have been as big because it isn't Travis's song. But if it was Drake's song and featuring Cyhi, because it was mainly Drake's song to me personally, even though it was on Travis' album, I think it would have been as big of a song if it was Drake's song, if that makes sense. Yeah. That's me personally. That's the one takeaway I got from it. But overall, Travis is an artist. It doesn't do much for me because like he got like Butterfly Effect and songs like that. Just like those shit's just like super talented, wavy artistry songs. It wasn't the most lyrical, but just like how Travis' voice is an instrument. But specifically for Sicko Mode, which was the biggest song on the album, I feel like Travis's contribution to it. Because you think of the song "Sun Is Down," Windows. You think of Drake. Like I think of Drake when I think of Sicko Mode. So it didn't matter who. It could have been Lil Durk on there with Drake, and it still would have been the hottest track if it was Drake's track.
For sure.
That's music. You said the music was still big.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's still
the success of it.
Yeah, I think the success. If only the Drake was the biggest reason for the success of the track to me, the Sicko Mode track. Personally, this is my personal opinion.
I just see Travis stardom is on another level than probably y'all do.
No, I think he's the top tier of like hip hop, of course, like with stardom, so it does give it the extra buzz.
Whoa, I don't agree with that.
You don't think I don't think he's a top tier lyrics, but I think he's top tier stardom. Like
we gotta talk about that another day. I gotta do my homework on Travis.
Yeah. Travis is right now his trajectory is crazy as far as like how the album sold, his ticket sales and all that. He's on like that Drake level as far as like as much money he's producing for putting out a project. But I do think Drake could have made that just like Laugh Now Cry Later. Y'all like Dirk a lot, but not a lot of people listen to Dirk like that. And it's still the summer anthem. It's the summer anthem. So I feel like if it was Cyhi, if it was Travis, no matter who, it still could have been the summer anthem if it was Drake's track. I think that's the only flip side to it. If it was on Cyhi album, it wouldn't have been the summer anthem. It'd have been a dope ass track. But if it was Drake's track featuring Cyhi, it would have still been the summer anthem to me or the year anthem. That's just my personal opinion. You could take it how you want, but I really do think
agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I just think Travis' stardom is so big. Like I can't just give Drake all of that. Drake is massive. Like
Drake could make anybody famous.
Yeah, like it's going to times. Record. Yeah. But yeah, that's a good. I don't know. That's a good topic. Like Travis, like for me, like
I gotta explore him because, like I say, my wife loves him. Man, I don't dislike Travis. he just cool to me. I haven't connected with him. And maybe
I was like that till Astro World, and
The Astro World was a solid. Was probably it was his best work to me personally.
It's a crazy album. Like,
yeah.
So y'all got him up there with like Thuggers, Uzis, and them.
That's what I was gonna ask y'all. Like, it wouldn't bother y'all at all. Never wouldn't bother you if
popularity.
A video came out of a Thug, and somebody else. It was J. Cole or somebody doing the whole flow, the whole lyrics.
It would bother me.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like,
Okay.
I guess Travis is a little different because we know what Travis is. He's a wave maker, like wave music maker. He like Javante, you asked, is he on Uzi and them level? As far as the masses, yes. They think of him as higher, honestly. Like album sale wise, he sold about as many albums as Uzi did with over 300,000 with Astro World. And his tour sold out like I don't know how many shows. It was the biggest tour that year.
Wow.
Next to Drake, I think. And we don't see it, we may not see it like that, but his fans and people that love him think of him that way. But personally, talent-wise, no, he's not on their level at all. And this proves it. Cyhi is making fucking music for him. So it's all right. Now, if Lil Uzi came out, somebody else was writing his flow, then I have a different perspective on him too. I mean, I always hope people that stand there, no matter who you are, like, but the thing that makes Drake different is we've heard the Drake flow and nobody else flowed like Drake before. It's when he got on there, if you're reading this Too Late flow, is when he was trying to sound up so much that he let somebody else take over control. But we still know what Drake can do as far as his pen abilities.
And it still ended up being his best project, but we're not gonna do the Drake album. That's a whole podcast.
You think that's his best project?
If you read it Too Late, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot you one of those guys.
That joint.
Nothing was the same. It's still the best to me. But
I didn't know that many people like held it that high though. Like a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not like it's a project super dope, and nothing was the same. I always say they 1A, 1B. They super tight, so I'm not gonna.
And I think even that we're oddity, and everybody else thinks Take Care, but I think everybody just goes with what everybody else say. Like they don't listen to Drake like that, so they're going, "Oh, Take Care."
There's no way you can say
album.
Take Care now, like
right.
It was released, but like as far as taking
like,
how
in that
project,
time, yes, it was special.
Right, bro, you're right.
But the way they age, like you can't.
That's what I say. How the age, the longevity wise, the sound. I thought nothing was the same right now. You're gonna think it's some new shit if you never heard it before. I thought Take Care. You like, damn, when Drake released this when he was still like an underground rapper.
Yeah,
like it's a big difference in sound quality, and the production from 40 is like that just takes that album to the next level.
Like if you just road tripping, like when we road trip, just you can put nothing was the same, and if you read It's Too Late, both back to back, ride them out,
bro. And then Drake's even the main thing that I like about Nothing Was the Same. Even Drake, I ain't want to get on Drake topic, but like the vibey tracks and shit, like I'm trying on the low, like drinking on the low, shit like that just goes crazy to this day. Like the furthest thing, shit like that just goes. He just throw that shit on. That 40 touch, that shit is just uncomparable.
I used to drink Bud Light Limes and listen to Legend when I used to write articles.
Bud Light Limes.
Hey, that take you back. Y'all
remember them? With the Bud Light Limes, nice for a minute.
Y'all remember when we was drinking Black Crowns trying to get lit at the crib, and then we went to that party, that college party. We drank probably like a 10 of a 12-pack each. Lit as fuck at the crib, and as soon as we got in the party, we wasn't doing shit but pissing and sober as fuck in that bitch.
Shit, he got to piss every 5 minutes.
Do people still drink Bud Light Limes? I ain't drank a lime in years. I don't know.
I don't even know if they sell them anymore, honestly. They got the Bud Light seltzers now, I suppose. I ain't had them, but some people like them.
I remember a party.
My nice little Friday turn up right after class.
The limes?
Yeah, the limes are nice. You know we going to do something that night?
Yeah.
Right.
Started, yeah.
Them Black Crowns though, I mean, we all decided to get. I don't even know what came with that. We was like, man, that beer drunk feel decent. Like you don't feel like shit the next day.
Yeah, that shit.
We drank all them bitches, and we was drunk like the whole pregame. And then once we got to the party, niggas was sober as fuck.
Bro, it's nothing worse than getting sober in a college party, bro. Yeah. Like when you when you realize like I'm sober
and everybody around you lit as fuck, and they in your face and shit. And you got what's good, bro? Dude, what's up, bro? Like, man, get the fuck out of my face, your drunk ass.
You have no way to get liquor too in these spots, man. That's the worst.
Yeah, them was the spots where you had to drink before you got to that bitch because it was 18 over crowd.
That's really why college kids, you think about it, drink so much because a lot of
Mhm.
times you get to these spots with no liquor, like
Yep.
formal parties, you
Yeah.
got to go in that
Pregame is
bitch
real.
plastered. You got to go there
Yeah.
plastered so
Yeah.
you can just be drunk all night.
Right, that's why boys getting carried out of the party.
Yeah.
they did it too hard in the pregame. Like, bro, I ain't drunk enough. Like, then they stand up and they finally hit their ass.
You ain't did college right if you ain't never been carried out of a party.
Bro,
Yeah.
facts. That shit's facts.
I remember I think I had like 2 4 locals one time before we went to a house party.
Yeah.
I was toe up.
Man, that reminded me of that probate we went to, and my ass got stupid lit. And I was talking about that dude we used to call Lil
That
Dirty.
was fun. Oh,
I was in tears. I was so lit. I was calling the dude dirty because he looked dirty. He was a dirty dude. And I was in tears from it. Like I was in my own personal laughter off the shit. That shit ain't nothing like those days, boy.
That shit was funny.
Man,
But yeah, Travis, man, I don't know. We'll keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna listen to him.
Cyhi stock should definitely rise though.
yeah, I think so. I'm looking forward to the next Cyhi.
Next
His
project
last
should
one
be
was
more-
silly.
He been writing for Ye though. Troy, I don't see why that would make it rise. I mean, for people that don't know, but people that know, I'm gonna tap more into this next week and some Travis. I would like to revisit that conversation with y'all. I need to give some stuff.
Yeah, look at the big
spins.
like his trajectory went crazy. Like out of almost not really out of nowhere. He had 2 mixtapes a mixtape that slapped and his first album came out. And then since then, like people have been fucking with him like just heavy, waiting on the his last project, Astroworld. And then once that dropped, that just took him to that whole new level. And I think a lot of it was sicko mode with Drake. Like that's all I'm gonna say. I just think anybody Drake made that shit golden. Like everybody, and I think of the song, I don't think of shit Travis say like that. I think of Drake, even the second part when the beat changed,
right there,
cut the lights.
Yeah. Right there, back to back to me. That's a diss record to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right
you know who Drake was talking about.
Yeah, the whole song dumping clips.
Literally.
And Travis, he part of the family. Like Drake is evil.
Yeah, Drake is so calculated with his shit, bro.
Evil.
He's so calculated. And then to have Cyhi write fucking Travis, because you know that his shit was already laid before Drake jumped on that shit. So that's even more fire to the flame. Drake probably knew it too. It was on some like Cyhi made your fucking verse. I'm gonna really jump on this shit. He Ye biggest supporter. Rub this shit in. That adds a whole new element to the Drake's pettiness.
Yeah.
That shit crazy. Maybe Drake didn't know though, but shit. I think he did know.
The album, when y'all think the album coming?
Drake's?
Yeah.
I think by November. I think it's gonna be a November release. Or maybe his birthday, like October type shit. Like one or the other.
Yeah, I want a winter joint from Drake.
Right. I do too. That'd be lit a night like, especially if it's gonna be called Certified Lover Boy. It just sounds like some shit you should be playing in the snow.
I need this to be his best album.
You do?
That's tough. You just know.
I don't need it.
Not. I don't need it, but
I know what you want it to be.
I want it to be his best album, and then I'm cool.
If he drops
something, gets the rest of his career, and I'm cool.
If he drops something that's the best album of his career this year, he's best of all time. if he drop a project that good,
yeah, I see what you're saying. And
I just he lived enough life. He got so many experiences now, like,
and he got the big, especially after the big mansion. If he dropped the best project of his life, he is the best of all time. This nigga ain't got shit else to work for. Like,
I don't want.
Bro, he got a lot to explain, like between Scorpion and everything that happened. Like, all right, you big dog now. You been in the game. You killed it. Like, where are you at?
I want that petty Drake though. I want to know about when you met Diana at the club and how you.
Oh yeah, I want that too.
I do want him to spit some bars. I need like 3 of those 30 for 30s or 5 a.m. in Toronto. I need like 3 of those tracks on there. I'd be satisfied. He could sing the rest of the album for all I care.
I didn't need nothing but the same too, with maybe 2 more lyrical joints on it. Wait, that caliber.
Yeah,
that's just what I would like to happen. I hope the best project isn't behind us. If it is, he's still a legend. But
thing is, Drake still don't miss. Even though we say nothing was the same as his best work, his other shit's still better than a lot of shit that comes out every year. So
4 classics. You gotta say 4 classics. 3
I think he got 4
classics.
I got 4.
I got 4. You gotta say 3.
Yeah, I got 4. I got Nothing Was the Same. If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Take Care and So Far Gone.
Yep.
They're my 4 classics.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I say. Yeah.
You gotta say that. You gotta say you got 4 classics.
But I don't know if Views a classic too.
I like Views too, bro. It grew on me. It grew on me. Views a classic. He got a lot of shit
More
on views.
life.
What
like,
the great
nothing but-
artist, what Drake understand that a lot of people don't, and you don't understand in the time, is that his music ages like fine wine.
Yeah.
Wine ain't the best when you have it right away. You get a little shot of that crown, it's gonna taste a lot better than some wine.
Right. But that wine sit a couple years.
Come on, man.
That shit is so smooth.
You can't even listen to half the projects released in 2015. They sound outdated.
Yeah, bro.
Still go bump listen to nothing.
If you and if you're reading This Is Too Late, came out in 2015.
yeah,
Yep.
and they sound better now than any.
I still listen to Legend and feel like I'm on top of the world type shit. Don't let me have some hint in my cup or some Douce.
Don't let
I'm
me
out here like, oh my God, I'm a legend.
Bro, that song right there, how you turned up.
Bro, that's facts.
Too many of those records. Jungle. I listened to Jungle yesterday.
That shit go
That's
crazy.
the hardest song, bro. That's the hardest joint on that thing.
Yeah,
That
Jungle.
joint crazy.
Your boy's special, man. We still found a way to get y'all Drake combo.
Yeah, they're gonna probably get one every other week from our asses. But shit,
Give
they're
it
gonna
a
realize its greatness one way or another. Fuck.
And next week, we're gonna have to talk about Troy, Trey Songz. You know, Troy is biggest.
Oh man.
Oh man, yeah, we definitely gotta hit that next week.
My man's golly. First R. Kelly now.
We're gonna talk about your boy Trey because you've been a fan, but you know you've been.
Y'all should need to get on that.
The catalog I can defend.
The catalog.
You can't defend that, bro. You can't defend
Yeah, I'm about to say I don't know on that one. I'm fully on Javonte's side with this one.
The catalog week.
He got yeah, it's weak, bro.
Yeah, it's lackluster at points.
Yeah, bro, it's weak, bro.
Catalog week.
He got one class. He got two hot boys, maybe two classes, but that was just a decade ago.
Maybe two classes.
I'm down in the same boat, 2.5.
He put out an R&B.
How many classes you gotta have?
I'm saying it's been a decade.
Yeah.
So if we gonna group him up there with Usher, just put he ain't. You be talking about him current the last 5 years, like he's still Trigger Trey.
Nah, I speak about him like I speak about Usher, like amongst the all-time.
He ain't with Usher. I'm not.
Nah, he not with Usher. No.
Yeah, he not current. Like, but what he did.
I'm just saying he had a great, in my opinion, he had a great.
He had a good 4-year run.
He had a great freshman year of college run.
He had a better run than 95%.
Damn, that's a big number, bro.
I don't know.
Who y'all think who's better than him from that time period?
Wait, from now, like from when he came out?
Yeah.
I mean, he came out.
Research.
Yeah, I got to do research. He came out at a time when there was so little R&B. Like,
How many hits or classic projects would he need to be?
It's not even. I needed more consistency.
I will say, Ready is an all-time classic.
Yeah,
Ready is an all-time fucking classic. Like,
I think what Dev would say, and I agree, is that he flamed out too quickly.
Okay.
He was still young. Like,
he
it ain't
Fetty
like,
Wap of R&B.
Yeah.
He was Fetty Wap.
Fetty Wap. He gave us too many hits at one time. That's all. Like that. Ready was a classic front to back, and then after that, he's been like, that's cool. Like he got a couple bangers on here.
Okay. I gotta clip this shit. I gotta get everybody feedback on this.
Right.
I didn't know I was in the minority like this about Trey Songz.
I think you are.
And I didn't do my research, but I just know, you know, Trey. We knew when Trey had music when we was that young age because we was young boys getting busy. So
yeah, that was that time period, and he was in college.
He was making that music for young men, right?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, his album released at the perfect time. Freshman year, college type shit. Like, I'm shocked niggas came out there babyless, honestly.
Man,
that shit was crazy.
He had songs that's crazy, bro. That Ready was crazy, bro.
That whole album was crazy. It started off Baby Maker, like this like god damn. Like
you got
who y'all fuck with, just quick. Did y'all fuck with anybody like male R&B during that time period?
I mean, it's a little.
He had freshman year on lock.
I ain't gonna lie, I was falling in love with my wife, so I was going into my early 2000s, 90s bag.
You almost had to take it back then.
Yeah,
How weak it was. Outside of Ready, it was weak. It was a weak time. So I will say he ran that era. But it wasn't a lot to go. Yeah, it wasn't like Usher in his prime was there to compete with him. I don't even think it was. Can you even name anybody that was competing with him then?
CB.
It was like Chris Brown.
Neo.
We
Neo. We ain't gonna.
Mario.
I like Neo, but I still think Trey got Neo.
But I tell you who came and snatched that boy. My boy Ty Dolla $ign came through hard with it.
From who?
Ty Dolla $ign.
Nah.
Ty Dolla $ign the R&B. He got the R&B.
Nah. I love Ty Dolla $ign, but he's not a. He didn't
male
have,
R&B. Everything he touched turns into gold.
you talking about music wise?
Yeah, music. I ain't talking about stardom.
Oh, okay. Now I'm talking about. I was factoring in like career accomplishment.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
think
Ty Dolla.
Ty got more talent. Trey
Yeah,
Trey
Ty Dolla
hit a
fire.
couple notes, max.
Yeah, Ty Dolla definitely more
If
talented.
we want to be honest, the real R&B god of that generation then was Drake.
Low key.
He carried both torches. He carried both torches. So
Yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, he had a lot of
I ain't
the
mad at
tracks. Hey, Jacquees a sneaky pick for a couple of those years with the mix. I know Javante gonna tear his cap off. I say that shit, but when
Yeah, I
that
guess
bed
Drake
dropped,
was the guy. Okay.
yeah, Drake really had the R&B crown. I think Chris
male R&B is so trash, low key. Well, it was for a minute. Now it's getting hot again. Like
My
you got
boy
the
Rod
Miguel's, Daniels, Rod Wave, bro. Come on, man. Daniel Caesar, Miguel. Hey, Miguel might be.
Miguel was nice.
Miguel might be there with Trey for those years. Like when Miguel first probably come out,
Yeah,
2008.
that's crazy. Y'all don't respect
I
Trey.
got Miguel over Trey, bro.
Yeah, y'all don't respect his hits. Oh my god. All right.
No, that ready was stupid.
It was stupid.
Trey and Chris Brown. My boy Bieber had a fire album.
Yeah, Bieber had
a nice
14, 15.
Yeah, he dropped a nice little fire.
Sorry, that was
that shit was crazy. Fucking now it's a bunch of young cats I listen to like Division, DVSN, some people call them. Brent Fayez, how do you pronounce it? That motherfucker code. Shit, Party kind of a mix in R&B and hip hop in a way. It's a bunch of yeah, Tory got the Chicks Tape vibe. Like it's a lot of.
We have to talk about him too. We gonna talk about Trey.
Yeah. Ooh. Daniel Caesar, fucking.
These R&B guys are weirdos, man.
Yeah, a lot of them are fucking weird.
Hey, it's getting crazy, man.
Their egos get crazy when you singing and
behind the scenes.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Some of these guys is fucking freaks.
Right. We're gonna have to get a deep dive on like the current R&B. Yeah. Current R&B scene. I think that might be a next episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go further on this.
We're gonna have to go. I need to listen to some shit. I'm like over here trying to scroll through my Spotify and look at shit I've been listening to the last couple of years, but shit ain't ringing a bell. But I do want to get a deep dive on that nigga Trey. We gotta go. We gotta go deep on him because
I'm on him.
I don't think Troy ready. Pause. No pun intended.
It looks terrible. I like the music. What I was saying, I like the music. I can't defend if he is guilty of anything. I don't defend that or condone it. But.
Right. We're gonna deep dive it.
We just having a fun conversation. I'm just gonna show my appreciation for the music before he get canceled.
we gave him enough content tonight.
Yeah, I think we gave more than enough. Y'all know where to reach us at. It's No Bluff Podcast on Instagram, No Bluff Podcast on Twitter, No Bluff Podcast at Gmail, No Bluff Podcast on YouTube now. So that's added to the list. A couple more things coming in the woodwork soon. Check us out. If you like the episode, comment, retweet, share it with your friends, let everybody know. Tell us what we could be better at. Any input is good input to us. Like right now, we know, we got people out here listening, just chilling. Hopefully, y'all enjoy it. Y'all got anything else to share, fellas?
Yeah, well, what you said, just hit us with everything. All feedback is welcome.
Facts.
We're not sensitive guys. We're not Rod Wave, so
right. We definitely tough out here. So whatever y'all want to tell us, just let us know. We got tough skin, and we might blast back at you, or it could be discreet and blast back at you, and people don't know who we're talking about. But
it's all love. We building this thing, y'all. Still working through it.
Facts.
Grinding it out. So we definitely appreciate anybody fucking with it. We just having fun up here.
Facts.
Just brothers having conversations, enjoying, hip hop.
Hopefully y'all enjoy the conversations. I mean, this shit all organically started back in college out of convos we'll have in the different eatery areas and shit. And like, we're trying to make this shit come to life. Like have y'all in our conversations like it was in college. Whoever was around, jump in the conversation. Listen to it if you like what you hear. If you don't, we understand. Let us know how we can get better. It's No Bluff Podcast, and we out.
Peace. How long was that shit?